The OnePlus 8!
Oh, this thing feels so good.
It's basically like I'm playing on smooth graphics. This looks like PC PUBG right here.
Lines like butter. True 120 hertz gameplay.
You're insane.
Welcome into PUBG Mobile Community Nights, brought to you by OnePlus. I'm Mad Magical, joined in by Cage and the Rage, and I hope, Sam, that you are as excited as I am for some PUBG Mobile action.
How could I not be? I mean, every time we do this event, I am so hyped, so excited to see some PUBG Mobile. Every single time there's something that surprises me, and I expect today to be no different.
Exactly, the action is always fun, but let's go through the things that aren't surprising. The format, we should all be used to it. We do it once a month, but just so that anybody is unclear, it's going to be 4 rounds, multiple rooms per round. So just because we don't show you on stream doesn't mean that we aren't calculating the points and getting everything going on behind the scenes. We just can only show so much.
And of course, since we do have those 4 rounds, we're going to be playing on 4 different maps, folks. That's right, the classic Erangel, Miramar, of course, everyone knows at this point. But let's talk about that round 1 going into it. Erangel going to be extremely fun because everyone knows where to go. You'd think it's solved, but there's just so much variability here. Shut up, Magical.
You go to Zarky. That's where everyone goes, right? The lighthouse, it's cool. Nobody else goes there. There's no reason not to go to Zarky, but we got to talk about more than just Erangel and Zarky. We got to talk about round 2, where that's where things change up. While people might be a little bit more used to Miramar, you still see the adaptations, the different strategies that come in, especially with how you want to play the later rounds, because there's so much less coverage.
There really is a lot to play around with in Miramar, and I'm excited to look into it. But looking at the next round, Sanhok, going to be a lot more condensed, so really playing for those short-range combat operations. So I'm excited to see exactly what happens there.
Completely opposite of Miramar, with a lot of coverage on Sanhok. But then you go to Vikendi, and Vikendi has been very unique with how we've watched it. In fact, where you normally expect like Miramar or Erangel, where there's a lot of towns, Vikendi is the one where you see the most urban warfare that we've really seen in our community nights. That's where everyone tends to fight. Sure, we've had a lot of King of the Hill battles at the end of it, but it's so interesting to see how those early rounds and a lot of early skirmishing commences.
A lot of stuff that can happen there, but you got to know how to win more than anything else, and you can see how many points you're getting. 30 points for a first place, 0 points for 16th, and of course, every kill you get, that's an extra point.
And that's what's so important is, one, you can get up to the first. You can get those lion's share of points, 30, but you want to be able to get the kills as well. So even if you get second, we've seen it before, where the team that got second, a couple of their players had double-digit kills, so they had more points than the first-place team members that sometimes only were able to scrap by the bitter end.
But of course, we've also seen those second-place teams that can really just do so much work, and I'm excited to see what happens here. But of course, not only points matter for top dogs, but you can earn your stripes in various other ways. You can see that on your screen right there.
Yeah, you get the snipers. That one's a really interesting one, especially on Erangel and Miramar, the bigger of the maps. But then you have some of my favorites, track stars being the best, which is why I always advocate for dropping at Zarky. You can easily get yourself that longest distance run, and it is run, not just traveled. So you can't really just grab a vehicle and be able to get the track stars. You gotta run the distance.
I'm, of course, looking for support myself, but what I'm sure everyone at home is looking for is prizing. So some sick prizes available, including that nice PUBG Mobile City Champs t-shirt. I'm always looking forward to that. The OnePlus 8 Pro Kit and the 5G phone from OnePlus 8 as well. So very, very good equipment as well as some cash prizes. That's
the one I definitely recommend the most is trying to see if you can get that. You were talking about the shirt. I'm like, no. We got to talk about the OnePlus phone, because that is the coveted prize. That's the one right there in the middle, where I think everyone should be trying to fight over that.
It is absolutely something worth fighting over, and to show us why it's worth so much and why you should fight over it, we got a little video for you guys. Check it out.
Those are so sleek. Those phones are so beautiful to be able to see. And you saw earlier where we had one person talking about how it's so smooth to be able to play on the phone, but just looking at it, it is a nice looking phone.
It's just so sleek, man. I mean, you know, a lot of these commercials, they're going to play it up. They're going to show you like what your phone's getting. But I feel like once you have it in your hands, it really changes how you look at the phone. And once you play on it, well, you can't really go back.
Agreed. And talking about playing on it, we have our player of the month, Clint Abyss. You can talk a little bit more about that. There's going to be the push coming in from 14. They blow themselves up!
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Clint Wister. I go by the name Clint Abyss in-game. I'm really excited to be a part of the PUBG Mobile community. Since the release, I've been playing the game, and I instantly was hooked. After a while, I saw that there was people on Facebook, and they were streaming mobile games, which I was like, wow, I play a mobile game. I could do this. So I reached out to them and asked them for advice, and the community was so welcoming and gave me the opportunity to just really get involved and grow my community. I had the opportunity to reach out to others and help them and give them advice on streaming, whether it's gear required, game controls, setup, tactics, events. I appreciate everyone that has been doing me since day one because they've really been giving me the motivation and the drive to continue just doing what I do, get those wins and those chicken dinners. PUBG Mobile has been skyrocketing for streaming, and it's great because it's just so easy. All you need to do is have a phone. Having a good device that can keep up with the gameplay and also handle streaming at the same time is very crucial to becoming a successful player and a streamer. When you're playing a game like PUBG Mobile and you're on an older device, you're gonna struggle a little bit, you're gonna drop frames, you're gonna lag, and your device is gonna heat up pretty quickly. So having a newer, top-of-the-line device is gonna be very important to your success. And with the OnePlus phone, it's got a faster refresh rate, it's got a higher response time. So like when you're pushing the buttons, when you're trying to shoot, you're gonna have that much of an edge engaging in the combat because you're just gonna be faster right off the bat versus somebody on an older, slower device. Thank you so much for choosing me as Player of the Month and giving me this awesome OnePlus 8 Pro phone.
Thank you, Clint. It's awesome to hear from our Player of the Month. And if you think you could be the Player of the Month, make sure you go to Twitter at Join Super League and check out the pinned comment there. There's going to be a link that'll be able to take you to where you need to be able to go to submit your clips so you can try to become the Player of the Month.
I mean, honestly, why wouldn't you want to be Player of the Month? You get one of these sweet phones, magical, available for a prize.
Can I see that? Can I see that phone?
You want to see this?
Yeah,
you want this phone?
Yeah, I want that phone.
Hang on. Let me just hand this on over to you.
Yeah, I'll just grab that. So there we go. Thank you for the phone. So these are actually really nice phones. You can see just how they are. It's really smooth with how it interacts with everything. One of my favorite things is how the background interacts with you. So I have my background here, just pretty much slides with you, and you can see how it actually goes with everything, and it's just so pretty. It's such a pretty animated background. That alone wins me over. I'm so simple to please when it comes to that thing. You have an animated background, automatic win in my book.
I mean, you know, especially when you can customize it, like really make it your own. That's something that I really enjoy about all these phones is that not only do you have the default that looks so gorgeous, but you can also just change it up however you want, make it what makes you comfortable and really get the settings that you need. Not only does it make it great for, you know, just day-to-day browsing Twitter or whatever, it's also great for gaming. So really playing that PUBG Mobile on this phone, it's amazing.
I'm glad you said that because that's what I was about to mention. I'm like, that's what makes it so nice is that you have these customized settings. So when you play a game like PUBG Mobile, you can have it almost like it's playing on PC, but you're on your phone because you can customize it that much to make it so it's that much more interactive for you and that much better so you can try to beat out the competition.
It's really, really tough to do that. I mean, honestly, even playing on PC, any games that I'm playing, I feel like my PC is a little run down, outdated. And honestly, I switch over to phone gaming and suddenly I feel like I've got a 2080 Ti just like in my hand. It's crazy how much of a difference it makes.
Well, it's relaxing as well because you can just lay down in bed, you're just chilling, you're like, all right, I got my phone, I don't have to worry about that. Then you realize it's like 5 a.m. and you're like, wait, maybe I shouldn't have stayed up that late playing games, but it's so easy. It's so easy and convenient to be able to have a phone like this that you can play at that top speed that nobody else really is going to be able to get on any kind of phone.
I mean, honestly, the more you talk about it, the more I just want my phone back, Magical. Could you please just like send it back on over?
All right, here you go. Here you go. You gonna get it? There you go.
Thanks, man. That's exactly what I needed. Now I'm feeling good.
All right, enough of that. We got some highlights to check out from previous community nights because we got to see how the action of PUBG Mobile actually goes down. in there. Oh my god, he throws the Molotov in there. Burn, baby, burn. He's bringing to hell to Squad 16. You gotta bail out of there. The house is on fire. The roof is coming down, and Squad 16 are eliminated by Flex's Molotov. But Squad 22 not doing so well. Squad 10 easily gonna be able to take out the remaining members here of 22. But whoa, the other members jumping right over. One's taken out. Rodon gotta bail out of that, and like a flash, he's gone. There goes Cat God Vasey still down here by the UAZ. They're just trying to blow up that Jeep and try to see if they can take out 23. And there goes! Squad 4 pretty far away. Wait a minute, he's using Groza from a distance. He's able to take out one member of Squad 4. Squad 11 right there at the resort trying to see if they can push in. But Vasey not going to let him get inside of the zone. Easily going to be able to wipe out Squad 11. The Groza from this far away. It's insane. Wait a minute, he's not done! There goes another member. Squad 4 can't fight against Vasey. Oh, Squad 23 on the hunt, getting the caravan. But look at this. It's a bait coming in from Squad 10. They've held the bridge so well. But how is Dark still doing this? He's able to take him down with the dinner plate. It is served. Squad 8 still have Simba alive, trying to fight back, but the caravan is going to keep 23 alive. Well played by Micho, playing smart. You can tell Squad 18 not going to give up lightly. Has got vision over Micho, looking for the headshot, but it's Micho who's landing every single one. The push is coming in. He's got the M4 out, and it's going to be victory coming in for Squad 10. So impressive. I love seeing 1v1s like that at the very end where it's all on the line. You never know who's actually going to be able to take the chicken dinner. But Micho in that clip was able to do that. Who's going to be able to do it today in our community nights?
I mean, there's just so many. I'm always going to root for Cat Squad. Every time I see them, I feel like they always have just perfect play, if I do say so myself.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there, man. I'm disappointed, but at the same time, I'm a little impressed because I was just not expecting you to get a cat pun like that in this early. I was expecting that later when we're in the games, but before we've even started,
I mean, sometimes you got the scratch fever, you know?
Okay, we're moving on. We're moving on from there. We're talking about what's actually going to be going down today, and that is PUBG Mobile is going to be a lot of fun. We start on Erangel, start on the classic map. Hopefully we get some Zarky plays. That's what I want to be able to see, but I actually want to go into more realistic scenarios. What we actually are expecting from this first round and what you kind of want to see coming in. Do you want to see more of the slower play, or do you want to see a lot of action drop towards the center of the map around like the Pachinki area?
I mean, I'm always one for urban warfare more than anything, but something that we saw last month more than anything else was a Yasnaya drop. So a lot of people, I think it was 6 or 7 squads dropped over there, and that's where the circle ended up. So a really chaotic round that was entirely focused on urban warfare. I would love to see that again. I don't know how likely it is.
Yeah, that was definitely an interesting one. We haven't seen that much, especially first off, how many people dropped at Yasnaya, and then the circle ending up at Yasnaya. It was right there at the fields of Yasnaya that forced everyone in the houses and in the buildings to then have to go into the wide open fields right there south of it, and it was definitely difficult for people to adjust to that. There was a lot of squads at the end because of Yasnaya, but then quickly, once we got to the field, you just saw squad after squad after squad eliminated in a matter of seconds.
It was really, really fast. And quite honestly, that's the thing about Erangel. You always have this fast action. It may be separated by periods of a little bit of waiting time, but once the action starts in this or PUBG Mobile, it gets chaotic.
Especially because early on, that's when everyone wants to be able to loot. They want to be able to take their time. They want to get good gear. So when they finally do get in a firefight, they are prepared. They have the armor. They have the helmets. They have the scopes and the weapons to truly fight back against their opponents. Maybe they can get a crate or two to really be able to punish. If they can get an especially on Erangel, that's where it gets more difficult. On a map like Sanhok, not as efficient just because how tight it is, and it's really difficult to actually be able to find people through all the foliage. But on a map like Erangel and Miramar, that's where it's really going to be able to have its true impact.
It's really going to be a sight to behold, but honestly, you also have to think about how you have to play out 4 rounds regardless. So if you mess up on the first one, if you go on Erangel and you say, hey, we got a 17th place, that's okay. You just need to be able to keep the mentality moving forward and be able to really adjust yourself to the different maps and the fact that you're going to be playing multiple rounds in a single bout.
That's the big thing. adjusting for the other maps in the other rounds, because each map has its own unique strategy that you can implore and that you can enact. That's how you're going to be able to play them. As you can see, all the maps right there in the order that we're going, pretty much from the first release to the latest one released. That's how everything will adapt. And not as many people are familiar with Vikendi. Everyone's familiar with Erangel. So if you have a good strategy on something like Vikendi there at the end, this is where you can make up a lot of the points that you might have lost earlier on just because another team had a better strategy and they're a little bit more used to the older maps.
And honestly, every time we see this map, I feel like we get so much action, especially high ground, low ground. I feel like if you get the practice from Erangel and Miramar, you're going to be pretty darn set for that last round. And quite honestly, anything could happen.
I do remember the last time we saw Vikendi, there was that one unfortunate person, I think a squad 6, who was hanging out right on the outskirts of the mountain, trying to get in, but then where the circle dropped, it made it so that they were actually outside of it. But we'll see. That's going to be later on. We're about to get into our first round, so Powerbang, he's going to have a message for you. We'll hear from him and then get into the game.
What's up, guys? It's Powerbang. I want to give a huge shout out to OnePlus for sponsoring and supporting the Super League Community Nights, where we all play PUBG Mobile with one another. This is happening in a community like yours all around the country. So if you're a Power OnePlus user like me, whether it's on the 7 Pro, the 7T, or even the 7T Pro 5G McLaren that I'm rocking right now, you know OnePlus has you covered. The second I started using one of their devices, the frame drops were gone, the lag was gone, and I was shooting straighter than ever. So big shouts to OnePlus for sponsoring this event, and thanks to them for supporting mobile gamers everywhere.
Thank you so much, Powerbang. We are here on to Erangel, about to drop, see where we are about to go. Looks like it's going to be a north to south drop, a little bit towards the west side. But honestly, it's a pretty easy drop for everyone to be able to get all across the map.
But for those people that were hoping for school, hoping for something a little more on the east side, not going to happen this time. However, Georgepool, always available. So if you want to go for those crates, they are all you.
Or.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
We drop. The plane passed right over it.
Don't say it.
Right over the head of Zarky.
I will say one thing about Zarky. Sounds like Sharky.
It does. It does.
Yeah, look it up.
It was Shark Week a couple weeks ago, so it only makes sense to drop at Zarky. Oh, but you see nobody's dropped there. Come on! This is the time to drop Zarky, and everyone fails. You've disappointed me. A lot of you. Though we did see a lot of people go into Severny, so I actually am interested to see how that's going to play out, because you don't see it too much action here unless the drop is kind of like this, since it is going to be more towards the northern side.
Well, we are in South Georgepol right now. It looks like Squad 22, 13, and 7 all kind of clustered together for some early game urban warfare. Looking at Zeus from Squad 7, going to be able to pick up a nice little rifle for himself. And does have a little bit of health, as well as a level 2 backpack. So not terrible for the first building, but certainly needs more if he wants to go against a 4-man squad by himself.
Yeah, I believe that he actually only had the S12 too. So just getting the shoddy isn't the real best. As we jump over to Edgy Vlogs here. Has a Thompson. Again, not really what you want to have, but in an urban warfare setting, it does work pretty well. Just because everyone's going to be in the tight corridors. You see the Bison here for Ghost. Actually even has the SKS too. So that you have a little bit of the mixed range there.
A lot of variety. Definitely great to see, as Ghost is going to be running into the next room. Again, completely avoiding the area where Squad 22 and 13 are less than a minute, I'd say, from really getting against each other and starting this fight out.
13 and 22, they want to fight, though. You see, you're the man here, spotting out 22, trying to figure out where they are exactly. Hasn't been able to get perfect vision so far, so instead, going to get back to looting, sitting on only a level 1 in, helmet and armor. Needs to be able to get some more gear if you want to truly fight back.
It's going to be important, but let's see if they're going to push forward regardless. Looks like Spider is trying to move a little bit up towards that north side. You do see they are just barely inside the circle, so they don't have any real hurry to go for it. That said, though, if you want to be aggressive, you got to be aggressive.
Jump over to 8 and 11 fighting in. You're the guy who was able to get the push in.
Oh, no!
And Squad 8 gets knocked down. Unfortunate for them. Legend. Going legendary there with 2 kills in the house.
And it looks like 8 irons, or bins, excuse me, going to be able to survive. The last remaining member of Squad 8 will be able to pick up, the saddest motorcycle with a sidecar. Unlucky.
You have a sidecar, but nobody rocking it with you. Unfortunate for Ben's just going to bail out of there. Maybe play for some points for the team. Try to get yourself a little further. That's really the goal. When you're a solo survivor in a near squad wipe, you're playing for placement.
And that's just what you got to do. Picking up a vehicle, great first step. Picking up weapons, a great second step. The third step, usually the hardest. We'll see whether or not Squad 8 is going to be able to finish it off, as Squad 22 is going to be facing against Squad 13 in this building.
I'm pretty sure nobody knows what step 3 is. They just know what step 4 is, and that's profit. So
yep,
we're getting in, like you said, going back to Georgepool. 22, they were really close to 13. There,
oh, no.
Going to be able to peek around, but Scout taken down. You're the man was able to get at least a couple shots, but they're still trying to see if 22 Jano wants to help out. Spider is down. The other man is at the top of the stairs. It's going to be an executed kill onto Spider. Take out one more member of 13. The other man going to go for the push, but unfortunately 2 members there of 22 makes it so that there's nothing you can do.
And I think that's the elimination of Squad 13 right there. Magical. Squad
so.
22 does manage to take it all out and res their teammates, so no losses for a lot of gain.
Yeah, it did have to burn a couple of healing, but like you said, that's minor. That's really no actual loss. Every single member is going to survive, and since you are in Georgepool, a lot of loot. Of course, you do have to share it with Squad 7, who now might push up. They heard all the gunshots earlier. They want to get in a fight as well, and they're assuming, maybe a little bit inaccurately, that more people have been knocked down. Whoa! Dazo taken down.
What a grenade coming out of Ghost, I believe that was. Squad 7 pushing into this building. They know Squad 22 is completely inside this building. We'll be able to just rush on in, use some grenades. Might be able to get another takedown. We'll see.
Zeus with these grenades is keeping them pinned up here. Ghost did get knocked down. Get a knockdown on it to Scout and pushes up onto Jano. Zeus barely surviving the micro Uzi. Was able to get the knock, but Ghost is going to be knocked down as well. They have to be careful. 2 members are knocked down of Squad 7. Zeus has to heal up. They don't have edgy vlogs with them just yet. Finally going to be able to show up at the base of the stairs with the Thompson. This could work out very well in the apartment building in this tight corridor.
It's going to be tough. He does need to get the res as quickly as possible. Those smokes are going to hold out, but it also requires a lot of healing in order to make this push work. And Zeus, that's way too far, buddy.
He tried valiantly to be able to get that Ghost here with the micro Uzi as well, looking for the shots, but could not get it against his opponent. It is a knock again. Edgy Vlog still on the outside, wanted to be able to find a flank, but can't get in the building accurately enough to find the location.
And I like that Edgy is basically playing the best support possible. All he does, run outside the building, run back in to res his teammates. He's not going for the aggressive play. He's just making sure his team can survive as long as possible.
Pretty sure he's even looking for a couple of flashbangs or just a couple of grenades into the building to try scare out Squad 22. But Squad 7, I will say, they've been knocked down a lot, but they keep getting back up. 22 have not punished them enough in these fights.
Dinner plate for Squad 14, going to be able to do a little bit of damage and get the knock on the Squad 6. It looks like they are in a red zone, so they will have to hurry. But for the moment, they seem to have the advantage here, Magical.
They even have vehicles. Should be able to get out of the red zone without nary a problem. Might even get a free sack of loot off of Breadstick, who died right there, of Squad 6. But let's jump back to Georgepool. This is where the fight is continuing. Volty has pulled out the micro Uzi. Everyone pretty much has it. Here's the push coming in, but it's not going to work for Squad 7. They nearly get wiped. And now, this is where they execute on the kills. Edgy Vlogs at the base of the stairs, not going to be able to help out the team. 22 have won the fight. Edgy Vlogs got to get out of town.
He's trying to get out, but this is going to be an easy chase coming out of Janu. Will jump out the window, go for it, and gets it. Edgy Vlogs goes down, and Squad 7, that was very aggressive coming out of this. They
tried to go for the push. They didn't respect the fact that their opponents might also be working with some of these submachine guns, working with the micro Uzis, be able to hold that at the top of the stairs. And since they had the angle, they have the third-person perspective, they saw the push before anything could actually come from Squad 7. They were able to react first.
It was definitely the right play coming out of Squad 22. I like that they held fast to the top of the building. They didn't try to escape, try to jump off the roof or out of the windows. Instead, they just held their ground, knew they had the short-range advantage, and even against 3 micro Uzis, still felt confident in winning that fight, and did.
Well, they were never even pressured from the circle. You can see here on the map that they were, even if barely, still in the circle. It was going to be a long time. They could hold out for many, many minutes in order to be able to truly win Georgepool. Now here, 13-1, they don't have that luxury. They are outside of the circle. Of course, it is only the first circle, but that is still enough to be able to scare them to get into the first.
It will be important to rush back on in there. Squad 13, as we're looking at, is against Squad 1. Squad 13 was the first to challenge Squad 22 and lose, so the remaining members, it looks like, landed north side. It went unfortunately for them, but maybe they can make it up by taking out Squad 1.
We've seen a squad wiper before in previous community nights as well, living up to that name many times. I'd like to see it here against Squad 1, but Squad 1 playing it passively. They were waiting it out. Chavez sitting on this roof, trying to scout out for a squad wiper so he could be able to push into some of these buildings and maybe live up to that name for a third or fourth time.
Would be great to see, but unfortunately, without a whole lot of weapons, you can't do that. And you can see a squad wiper going to be able to pick up some weapons and does have a level 3 backpack, but I still don't think this is good enough to take out an entire 4-man squad by himself.
We'll see. You never know with the Bison. The Bison is one of those submachine guns that works very well, especially if you put a suppressor on it like you have right now. You got to make it so that if you find someone alone, you can easily kill them, and they're not really going to be able to spot out his location perfectly. They have to make sure they're always keeping eyes on a squad wiper. Otherwise, he can duck, dip, dive, and dodge out of any fight, constantly going in, getting the kill, backing off.
Going to be important. It also depends on positioning, Magical. And as you can see, Squad 1 does have high ground right now. You can see Coma Fire going to be able to just get up on this roof. Watch out for Squad 13 coming over. I think they heard someone, and that's why they're being so cautious looking over towards that west side.
Like I said, it is only the first circle. So even if they're outside of it, they're not really that threatened to move. Oh, here we go. We jump over to 25, and we see it.
Is that the crossbow?
That's it. Yep, Bassett has the crossbow, and is just kind of like waiting for it, being like, all right, that's it. If you can get this kill, if you can actually get a knock here, we got to do something for Bassett. If he's actually able to find this knock, what should we do for Bassett?
Oh, that's a good question. We could give him, I don't know. There's just so little.
There's got to be some sort of prize that we could give him, like maybe even just a round of applause or like
a round of applause, sure.
A nice
our
thumbs
undying
up.
Respect and admiration.
Right, that's really difficult to get out of Sam too. So just so you guys know, he doesn't give that out for free. I don't even have that.
No. And the way you're going, you are cruising for a bruising as Squad 4 does drive up with a car. We'll be able to get out of dodge if they need to. But for the moment, Squad 4 just playing passive, and Bassett doesn't hit.
No, didn't hit that one. That I'm saying it will be so impressive if Bassett actually finds this knock. Oh my goodness, I'm waiting.
Not gonna happen.
Waiting with bated breath. Come on, it's gotta happen.
It can't. There's no way.
Happen. Any community nights. This is the one for it actually to matter. This community night, it has to happen, please.
I mean, he's looking at the building, but Squad 4 is just bailing out. I believe they have a Dacia, and they're just going to be able to get out before there's any possible shots that can be taken. Bassett, unfortunate that he was unable to use it, but I like the passion and the commitment to picking up perhaps the hardest weapon to use in the game.
I do too. I just wanted it. Oh, wow. We look over on our kill feed. I saw a lot of grenades there.
That was one grenade.
Wow.
I saw 3 knocks, maybe even kills from that one grenade.
I told you about my first ever chicken dinner, right? On PUBG Mobile?
You might have, but remind the viewers at home anyway.
So my first ever chicken dinner was, I was playing with a couple friends. We were playing, and I'm still learning the controls. I'm still trying to get the phone down. And it's me, like we had a full squad, and the other squad was all held up in one of those little shacks by the side of the road. And I was able to get in, toss the grenade perfectly in, like from a distance too. I wasn't close. Like toss it in and get it, and got the full wipe on the team. And I was so proud. I was like, nice. Yes, let's go. I have never been able to have a better kill and like a better chicken dinner than that.
That is certainly something to look out for. Hopefully we'll get to see a few more grenade kills. We saw the highlight video earlier on in the stream. Hopefully we'll see something like that where an entire room just gets lit on fire and people go down.
You like the Molotovs. That's what you're waiting for.
Yeah, 1000%. But unfortunately, it's been a little while.
The thing with the Molotovs, unlike with the frag grenades where, well, the frags do a lot of damage, the Molotovs is great for zone control, because even if you don't get the kill, you're forcing them out of one room into another, because if they just sit in the fire the whole time, they're going to burn. Even if they get knocked and can get res, they're going to take way too much damage from the burn itself. They're probably not going to get res, but here we go. We jump over to a fight. Squad 14 and 19 fighting it out. Golu kind of waiting. Oh, but unfortunately, killed by drops. Not going to be able to get in.
Oh, no.
And that's the push in from 14, taking out Squad 19. They're going to be able to confirm the kill easily.
Squad 14, they were just ready to rush on in there. Squad 19, they're going to try to make some revenge here, as we do see Rend going to be able to move into this building, but they are far away from their squad, and they are not going to be able to do anything about what just happened.
James is a player we've seen in previous community nights. I always love that when you see familiar names. You've seen players that we've seen in the past playing again, trying to see if they can get the chicken dinner, get the points, get the stripes, all these awesome prizes. Well, James is a player that likes to be able to win solo. We've seen a lot of kills coming in from James. I think there was one week where he got 12 kills in one round.
Oh my.
So trying to go up against him, Rand, I applaud your bravery, but if it was me, I'd be running the other way.
Be probably the smarter thing to do, but you know what the magical thing about community nights is? Mad magical?
That I'm here?
Why, yes, that was actually exactly what I was going to say. In addition to that, though, what I wanted to point out was that there's always an element of chaos. There's always an element of showmanship coming from these players, and that's why I love casting it so much, because there's always something crazy that happens on stream, and hopefully we'll be able to catch it pretty darn soon.
It does seem that we were wrong, unfortunately. Squad 14 are not here. I think there's a split between 19 and like 19 where 14 was as well. So the two players, Golu and Killed by Drops, were split off where 14 had dropped. And these two members, Rend and I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce your other name, but they were split. Oh, no, we missed it! Bassett got a kill! He got a knock with the crossbow!
It happened!
He missed it!
He did it!
He did it, the Mad Lad!
But speaking of Mad Lads, Ansar are going to be able to move in. Squad 17 against Squad 10 might be able to land some shots. And oh my goodness, he is just ruining this team.
Only one remains standing. Nate Fed 0 gonna be able to get the knock. Actually, there was a res barely right there for Squad 10. They're still trying to fight back. Ansar is gonna be taken down, but they're gonna be able to get the drop back on. Trying to see if they can push up into the house. They have no idea that they're there. Trying to see if they can work their way. Judith Phantom is on the way, looking to see if he can get anything. Still not able to find them. Right behind him, Squad 10 gets the knock. 17, it looked like you had the lead, but you forgot about the one member. Backpack still working, trying to see what he can get, but finally, Squad 17 wins the fight.
It was long, but you know what? Squad 17, they held it out, played the building perfectly, and were able to get the final knock. Great effort coming in from Squad 10, but unfortunately, just wasn't enough for the position that Squad 17 was able to hold.
And everyone's going to be able to heal back up. They're going to all be res. They'll all be fine. Oh, actually, they do lose Monster. It looks like Monster was the only one to get knocked. But here we go. 22-21. Got all the 20s. Trying to see what they can get. Nice grenade. They're going to be able to get the knock. He's all the way over there. Did get the knock on a Riptide. Well done. Great throw coming in from Scout. He's still looking to see if he can push up into this house. He knows that there's other members. Phase on the side, looking to see if he can flank. Scout knew he was there. He heard the footsteps, but unfortunately, he was just below the death blade, so not going to be able to get the knock. Phase is going to be able to get the knock onto 22. 22 not having the best position, and Scout, who had no coverage at all, finally gets dropped. Only Janu's up.
That's why you got to look out. One last kill. Not going to happen quite yet, but there it is. Bin's taking it out. Or no, that was
21 going to beat 22. Well done. 22 is the team that we had watched earlier that was able to win that fight. And so here, 21, they're at the ruins. They're right outside at these houses. Well, now they got to contend against Squad 1. This is another one of those Georgepool teams that we've seen earlier. Seems like they were able to leave pretty fine, and now are trying to fight against 21.
It's going to be a tough fight considering they are the ones out closer to the outside of the circle. To Squad 21, they also have to heal up after that fight versus Squad 22, but they are able to claim the loot, and that might just make the difference in this next fight. I believe it is a 3v4 right now, and Squad 1 has the advantage in terms of numbers.
Especially when you look at FaZe's armor, how low that is. It could get dropped, and they already get the drop onto Riptide. Riptide will not be executed, though. Will be able to crawl his way back over to Denvam, try to get the res as FaZe continues to look for these flanks. It is actually a straight 3v3.
It's going to be tough to fight, though, as Squad 13 has rolled on up. They've got a car, and they are just blasting past.
The other team of North Georgepool saying, all right, Squad 1, we're not even going to contend against you, but here come the shots in from FaZe. He was able to find the flank, got the executed kill as well on Alex. Was looking for more. Squad 1, another Alex all the way over there.
Oh, no.
Looking for the shots. Only members surviving of Squad 1. Alex is way too far away. Lex is dead. You already lost your other members as well. So try to see if you can push up, use these smokes, but it's only a matter of time before you're forced to fight because of the play zone.
And something I'd like to bring up that has nothing to do with that, but we are currently looking at the XT cam in case you've been looking at the bottom left of your screen the entire time. We have our talented observers that are watching the game right now, and on the bottom left, you can see their names. So thank you to
XT
you.
is also a beautiful human being, just so everyone knows.
Definitely.
Amazing
man.
person. So
Don't get me started.
Just going to say that now. Yeah, exactly. I could go on for days, but we got to talk about PUBG Mobile. Can't get distracted by XT and his gorgeous face. We have to instead get distracted by Riptide, looking for Alex off there on the wings, all the way on the horizon, but he's still ducked behind that little defilade of the hill. So he's going to be safe for now until he's forced to move by the play zone.
Going to be able to get in that UAS and just ride on out. Squad 1 just not worth their time. And Squad 21, they have the time to heal up. They still got 3 members alive. And quite honestly, they're looking pretty darn good in this round with 19 teams left.
What do you think the odds are that we see a flip this game? Last community nights, each community night, we've had at least one flip. Do we get another flip?
There's always a chance. And I believe it was Master Qui-Gon Jinn that said there's always a bigger flip. So hopefully we'll be able to see something extraordinary today. I assume we will.
Something that is extraordinary is the circle starting to center around north of Ferry Pier. Not an area you usually see towards the end, and I think a Squad Wiper was able to get a couple shots on his way out. 21 working their way, since they did get forced. They were pretty north. Remember, they were all the way by Georgepool before. Oh, a Squad Wiper actually gets killed on the kill feed. Looks like Squad 13 have been eliminated. 17, they have the superior position here by the bridge, looking for some shots onto 23, but 23 going to be able to get to the houses.
Not going to be able to pay the troll toll quite yet as Squad 23, but they're just going to get out of their car. They might just look to fight this, and I think that's the right call. You want to, when you're at low ground, you have to get cover immediately. And especially if you're near the bridge, there's not a lot of cover to be found, so that one building going to be very important to hold for Squad 23.
And I'm pretty sure if you have the low ground, this is the time not to flip. Because if you try to go for those cool flips over the head of people, then they just can cut your feet and your hands off, and then there's nothing you could really do.
It's really important not to flip when you're in a tense situation, unless you're going for the style points and my undying love and admiration, in which case, do a flip any point of the game, and I will be very happy.
But see, no. Because they underestimated the power of the high ground, and that's where it gets bad.
Oh, no.
As Ansar did not underestimate the power of the low ground there, took a headshot, will be able to get res. Having an M16 in this battle is not working out so well, especially if they have any sort of gear to be able to fight back. But we jump over to Squad 8. Actually, Squad 20 just got killed by Bins, the surviving member earlier. Remember, I told you, you're playing for points. You're playing to keep yourself alive so your team can continue to have points on the standing.
Whoa! Squad 17 just got eliminated by Squad 23. They rode on in with the UAD, and they took out the high ground squad. Unfortunately, they weren't the Obi-Wans. They were the Darth Mauls in that situation.
And that's JP, another name that we've seen many community nights coming in here and smashing it through with that car so they can take this high ground, take the control of the bridge, and be able to fight back against the ferry pier.
They unfortunately did not do a flip, so about a 7 out of 10.
That's actually why I think they won, because if you've learned anything from Revenge of the Sith, doing the flip when you have the low ground doesn't work, because while yes, style points, they can easily just destroy you. So you have to just go for the basic play, and boom, you win. Sometimes going for the style points doesn't always work. Well, yes, you win admiration of people. You don't get the chicken dinner. You're going to be hungry tonight.
Spinning is a good trick, though, Magical.
You know, sometimes it's a good trick. That's a lie the Jedi tell you. If you actually go by the Sith, you got to go for the actual action, such as looking at where the play zone is going to be. You see 15, 16, they're way north. This is a southern circle, especially around Ferry Pier. It continues to hone in onto the beaches.
Yeah, if this becomes a coast battle, this is going to be ridiculous for most of these squads, because we've still got 13 teams left, and even though 2 of them are way outside the zone, the other 11 teams are going to be fighting against each other, I imagine, within the next round.
I do too. I mean, that's what I'm imagining as 14 are looking for a couple shots. Try to see if they can find squad 25. They're not really seeing anybody just yet. They're playing cautiously. They have the hill. They have the tree coverage as well. This US to be able to move around really quickly if they need to. Plus, it provides a little bit extra cover. They're just playing it safe, waiting to see if anybody is going to move towards them. Remember, 16 and 15 were way to the north, and they will probably be rocking in soon.
For the north, as we do see squad 14 trying to move in, but they are staying cautious, and I think this is the better strategy considering you do, again, have the high ground as well as the vehicles. So really just staying towards the outside of the circle towards these later rounds, not the worst strategy in the world.
No, I respect it. This is where you want to play cautiously. James, like we said, a veteran player around here, knows these strategies, knows patience. That's one problem I have with PUBG Mobile. I am not a patient person, so I end up pushing into buildings where I really shouldn't, and then I die. This is why I've only gotten, like, 3 chicken dinners of my many years of playing.
True. Really got to look out for that as we do look at the XT and Eric, the combined top-down view. So very nice overhead. Going to be able to look at Squad 24 on the other side, the south side of the forest, against Squad 14.
I was about to say, Eric, another beautiful human that you should all love and
Fantastic
respect.
guy.
The other cam that we have. Oh, but we get into some shots coming in from 14. They found 15. Uses all the way on the other side. Was able to crouch down and stay out of the vision of James. So James instead going to grab the buggy and boogie out here to be able to res his teammate.
And he must.
Oh, Bassett,
and he's going to be able to get. Oh, not again. Not like this.
Bassett,
Magical.
the crossbow.
No.
I want the crossbow.
No.
Bring it back out.
Impossible.
I
Can't
want
be
to
done.
see it again. We didn't get to see. Oh, he was just
Whoa.
going to kill with the
That's a
vehicle.
car.
Ran someone over. Yep. All right, well,
Nice.
we're jumping around. There's a lot of fighting that's probably going to commence soon. There are still 11 teams, and we are on our 4th circle. So you can see people starting to get knocked. Bins was able to get the kill on a phase. So Bins, that solo survivor of Squad 8, continuing to make the plays, and there it is. Jesus finally dies. Great grenade coming in from Riptide.
But Bins on the outside knows that this is happening. Knows Squad 21 must be nearby, and Riptide, trying to maintain caution, does look towards the south. Might be able to spot out the solo member, but there's no way to know if it's a solo member or not. So I like that Bins is playing the aggressive game right now.
I do too. It's a lot of respect being able to hold up on that pier right there, finding all the members, but unfortunately there is very little coverage that the pier actually provides, and you better start swimming soon because you got to get onto that beach. This is definitely a beach game. You better get the towel, sunscreen, and an umbrella because we are all having a party.
Well, see, here's the question. Are you applying a second layer of sunscreen? Because I've had friends many times in the past, including myself, that just don't apply the second layer. They think, one time, I'm good. No, that's not how it works. You got to apply at least 2 every so often.
Couple shots on the squad 14 from squad 9. Be able to hop into the vehicle. There was a knock on a firefight right there in front of us. Looking to try to see if they can get the kill confirmed on the squad 9. There it is. Going to be able to make sure to do quick work with squad 9, but you got to contend with still 7 squads remaining. Using the dinner plate from this range to be able to explode the vehicle. Wasn't able to pick up the kill, I don't think, off of that. Baldo, inside of the circle, has been able to find those kills.
And you can see Kenki just trying to move on in. We'll be able to get to just the outside of the circle, but Squad 23 is right there waiting.
All of them waiting. Like I said, already having the inside track of the circle, even though they are trying to see if they can hold up on this hill. JP waiting it out, wanting to find where the members is. Only member of Squad 23 that's actually inside of the circle, but 23 is so close, they can easily push up. They're trying to see if they can catch anybody pushing past them.
And the circle is ever closing in, as you saw from that last shot. Squad 24 very safely inside one of the last remaining villages. For the moment, we'll be able to fire onto Squad 4, but the shots aren't coming out quite yet.
Not just yet. We still see a couple knocks. 14, losing 1 member. Going to be able to res him. Has been still at the pier, looking to push towards the beach, wading through all the muck between everybody. You can tell how many squads are here. Here come the shots in from Storm. On it to 21. The remaining 2 members still wanting to see if they can fight back. Riptide is pinned right outside of that wall. The circle is starting to move up.
And Riptide's about to be pulled out by Storm. Let's see what happens. Looks like the shots aren't going to land. Squad 8, Bins, trying to get a little bit of action for himself. Moves up onto Squad 21, and they are very low health, but still in the game.
Devon was finally able to stop the rampage of Bins as well. We jump over to Valdo. Gonna use the flashbang. Try to scare 21 to move up in position. Get themselves out of that little cliff face that they have been working with so far. And try to see if they can actually fight them in a wide open field.
My question is anyone going to the island? Because it looks like for the next circle, a little bit of it is going to be inside the circle. So regardless of, oh my goodness.
No coverage there. Absolutely nothing there, especially at that little tip of the island that they could work with. Messiah did take a grenade trying to get up this rock, but unfortunately, you know that 21 are right there. There's the push onto Devon, but the shot's coming in from Devon. Gonna be able to get the knock on to Messiah. 24. They are on top of the rock, but unfortunately, Baldo was not, and he falls down. 21, Devon especially, continuing to keep them in the trap.
And with that, Squad 24, they are just inside the circle, shooting towards the outside on Squad 21. It looks like they're all going to have to run, but this is a very deadly circle at this point, Magical.
Look at that damage. They are all getting wasted by the play zone.
Oh, no.
Storm is down. Nav is down. And that's even the kill credit going over to Diablo as they tried to push in. Only one team is inside the circle. 3 are not paying attention, and he's going to drop. Unfortunate for Squad 3. They got the points, but 4 barely find themselves within the circle on the opposite side. Only team remaining is 23, and they are a full squad.
Squad 4, they're going to have to heal up as best as possible. Diablo playing with fire here. He is at the worst possible corner I have ever seen to not take damage.
Barely inside the zone. Going to be able to quickly walk around it, not taking any damage at all. But you're going against these 4 members who have the caravan, they have the beach already secured, and they might even play up towards you, trying to make the aggressive play through the smoke. Here it is, looking for the charge, not able to run anybody over. Diablo barely does not get run over, but they're trying to see if they can get the knock that they need to. 23, getting a couple shots. They don't know where the members are, and it's going to be the drop coming in from Diablo. He was able to find one, but finally, he gets stopped, knocked onto the ground. Only 1 left. For Squad 4, it's only 2 on the side of 23. Shots coming in, continuing the look to see if they can get a knock. They are really low on the side of 23.
But Squad 23 has the positional advantage for the moment as we look at Thavo, the last remaining member of Squad 4 that's at least up. Might not be able to get the res here as he knows he's the last one versus 2 at this point, and it's going to be a very tough battle even with high ground.
Looking at this, Calm was able to heal up pretty well. Smash trying to work his way towards Calm. That could be a bait. Thavo is just waiting it out. Boy, on the other side, going to take a lot of shots, and Thavo's going to be able to get the knock. He's got to be careful. The circle is starting to push into him. There's a lot of smokes around Calm. He might be able to get the res onto Smash, so it's continue to be a 1v2. There it is. Grenade out.
Grenade!
Was there the car there? I think there's a vehicle. Calm might take a lot of damage if he continues to just sit on top of the grenade, but it was a little bit past him, so he's going to be able to survive. Smash as well. More and more smokes. It's so hard to tell where anybody is at the moment because everything is blanketed in some smog.
And there it is, Squad 23 perspective. It looks like they will be able to heal up with all the smokes, but the shots come out. Squad 4 gets another knock. It's a 1v1, Magical!
They know where he is. Thavo goes for the push. He goes for the confirmed kill on Smash. But Calm continuing to play with the smoke and the fog. Look to see if he can wrap around Thavo. But Thavo playing this one wise. Takes a lot of shots. But it's going to be 23 that win.
What a close match, Magical. That came down. It was actually Squad 4, I think. Wait,
No,
I don't...
23. It was 23. Calm was able to find the final shots at the end. Thavo was not looking at the right position. So that means 23 will get 30 points apiece for the team, as well as all the kills they had on top of it. You can see there, 4 kills, 4 Calm, so 34 points total.
Man, what a close match. It came down to a 2v4, and the Squad of 2 almost came out on top using some tactical grenades, shots, and smokes. But Squad 23, they played it well. They earned that first place.
It's unfortunate for Thavo because he only got the knock on Smash. He wasn't able to confirm the kill, so he doesn't get the point for that. That's why you see him at 0. But you look at the third place team, 21. Devon with 8 kills. That is a lot of kills for only getting 3rd place.
That's actually more than anyone in the 2nd place squad, so kudos to you, Devon. Just incredible play, but let's take a look at the OnePlus replay for some highlights of the entire match.
Jump over to Georgepool where we see 22 and 13. That was quite the brawl between them at first, but then 7. They were the team that wanted to jump into this as well, and they never had the advantage. 22, their patience paid off. So every time 7 tried to smash their face into the upstairs apartment, it never worked.
It was just too much aggression, especially from Zeus. He walks into 3 people here. He walked into 2 people before, and because he kept getting knocked down, there just was too much time wasted from Squad 7 to keep going for this push onto Squad 22.
As well as the Edgy Vlogs really not having a great position, so when they have 3 members push like this, they got wiped. It was brutal out of 22 there.
It was the dinner plate, man. It makes all the difference. It is serving them on a silver platter, and Squad 7 just were not ready for the damage.
Edgy Vlogs, you see them trying to run away. Jano's like, nah, we're going to confirm this. Wipe out another squad. Thank you very much for the free points. And worked out well. As we jump over to 17, this was a great play. This is, honestly, 17, it looked like they had the advantage. They have 3 members already knocked. There was the res that was able to come through. They knock another member, but someone's already been resed. So boom, it's suddenly 2v3, and you just don't realize the position. So easy punish coming in from backpack.
And the smoke just gives so much cover coming in for Backpack. He's able to take out Feyman, and it's so darn close. It took the 4th member of Squad 17 to save this one. Otherwise, it could have gone very much in Team 10's favor.
Really was close. It was on a knife's edge as we jump over to 21. More fighting. It was around ruins where we saw everyone from Georgepool pretty much working their way into the circle, trying to see if they can corral nearby. This one was the fun fight. This is where 23, that epic push with the car, finding the kills and finding everyone of Squad 17 all pinned there at that lighthouse.
And now let's switch on over to Squad 14. They saw Squad 9 driving by. They thought, okay, that's a free kill. Just a free one picked up for them. And then they move forward. Unfortunately, they find Squad 23.
Here we go. It's our final real fight between teams. It's 4 and 23, the only ones remaining. And it was the disadvantage 4-4. Props to them for how well they fought this. They nearly were able to drag this back. Diablo getting a couple knocks. The problem they had was that Thavo wasn't able to execute the kills on Smash here. It could have been a 1v1 before. If it was just Thavo versus Calm, I think Thavo has it. But the fact that they had a deal and contend with 2 members, it never worked out well.
It was darn close, but unfortunately Thavo just barely unable to see through the smoke. The health bars were so low, and 1 shot away means not going to earn that top dog spot.
But remember how we said there's multiple rooms going on at one time, so you could see the points where Calm, he was the one who had the most kills in that lobby that we watched. Well, Angry Boy with 43 points. That is 13 kills in that round.
That's incredible for Erangel. Hopefully he'll be able to maintain that for a little while. 43, very impressive for a single round.
Exactly. Definitely props is KK there in second with 28 and 38. I mean, that means 8 kills on top of that. Calm would be in third. Doing pretty well though. As long as you can maintain, I think, the top 10 in the first round, that can show you and indicate how well you might expect someone to do further. You want to maintain that. Obviously, you want to get as many chicken dinners as possible, but if you can stay top 3, continue to get a lot of points, then you can be in the overall leaderboard. But looking at the snipes, Poppy getting the most, and that's not very far for Erangel.
No, not in the slightest. I expected at least a 350, but, you know, sometimes the weapons don't fall in your favor. Sometimes there are other factors. Maybe the teams weren't far enough away. 273, though, going to be the top dog for sniping at the very least on this match.
Yeah, at least for this round, that's going to be the top one. Looking at the sports, your favorite,
Ooh.
The most assists going to Psyche with 6, but we actually have a 3-way tie. Cheems and Sonic Queen also having 6.
And Angry Boy, our top dog for that last round, also getting in the top 6 at 4 assists. So very well played by him. And FaZe, who we were watching in our lobby, also did pretty darn well at 4 himself. So really a lot of assists going around. That means, you know, teams are fighting together and not just going for the 1v1 top dog.
But my favorite, the Track Stars 11 with the most. Not the most we've seen. It is definitely a good distance run at 8,600 right there, but not really as far as we've seen. Like I said, 14,000 was the highest that we've ever seen.
That's basically the perimeter if you can get that 14,000, but congrats to 11, managing to get that distance done. And at the very least, you won this round, and there's probably not going to be as many people going for this on Miramar.
We'll see. as we get the final
Whoa!
stripe that you can earn.
Hello.
Medics coming in from Sachin. And remember, you have 100 points, hit points pretty much per life. So having about 1,100, that means about 11 lives worth of healing that Sachin had done.
And also, look at the difference between top and second place. There's a 700 difference there, Magical, or 650 if my math was right. That is incredible that no one else was even close to 1,100.
That is nuts how far that is between the two. Seeing how you could just honestly be able to constantly keep your team going. But we have more PUBG action, mobile action that's going to be coming up after a break. When we come back, we will be jumping over to Miramar.
Here's your recap from the June 26th Super League Community Nights featuring PUBG Mobile, sponsored by OnePlus.
Oh my god, he throws the Molotov in there. Burn, baby, burn. He's bringing hell to Squad at 16.
Congratulations to 8DPX Bozzy, who scored first place overall in the top dogs category with a whopping 37 kills, bringing their score to 123 points and earning them a OnePlus 8 Pro phone. The 8X champion, AVXSS, secured a kill with a distance of 343 meters, making them the top sharpshooter in the snipers category. 8DPX Bozzy and 8DPX Dark Soul tied for first place overall in the support category with 10 assists each. 11 Died was turning on the afterburners that night, finishing first in the Track Stars category with a total distance run of 22,887 meters. NP Sachin must have found all the bandages and energy drinks because they scored a total of 3,475 points in the medics category, more than doubling the second place score. GG to all participants, and we'll see you all in the next PUBG Mobile Community Nights event on July 17th.
OnePlus's new phone, the OnePlus 8.
This thing feels so good.
It's basically like I'm playing on smooth graphic. This looks like PC PUBG right here.
Lines like butter. True 120 hertz gameplay.
You're insane.
Welcome back into Community Nights with PUBG Mobile, brought to you by OnePlus, as you saw in that awesome preview. OnePlus has some amazing phones, and they help out with playing a game like PUBG Mobile. It can get really intense. We saw in that last match on Erangel, it got quite nutty towards the end. There's a lot of teams still surviving, but we got to see how they're going to be able to adapt and change when we go over to Miramar.
It's going to be a completely different experience because while we did see a little bit of long-range combat, we saw how close and clustered it got on the beach. Well, imagine there's sand everywhere, Magical. Miramar is just a desert, which is like a beach, but without the water.
I guess, yeah, I mean, there is some water. Sometimes, if you're in the desert at the wrong time, they get a lot of rain really quickly, and that's how you get, like, the flash floods that happen. But for the most part, you're right. You're right. The desert not going to have that much. Even though there is a coastline on Miramar. We haven't seen that on any of our community nights, but there's a potential. There's even an island that you can play around. I'm not talking about the prison island. There's just these side of islands, more like an archipelago. It's over on the east side that you rarely see anybody ever have to go to. I'm waiting till one time we actually have the circle start going in and focusing there.
I don't think that can happen. In all the games that I've ever played on Miramar,
I've had it happen once. It's very rare. Very, very rare. But it has happened to me once. So it could happen. Doubt it. But when it happens, it's crazy because you have those huge cliffs there right by that town. I'm trying to remember the name of that town. But right there at
Impala
that town.
Or Puerto Paradiso?
I think, yeah, Paradiso. Where it's like those huge cliffs that you can be able to work with. But we got to look at what people are going to be able to do with that when you try to earn your stripes. Obviously, the easy one is top dogs. That's the one everyone always kind of looks towards. Kills, being able to survive long enough that feeds into that. But I want to see how you're going to be able to go with something like the snipers on Miramar. There's a lot less coverage here, so you're actually able to get some pretty long kills here because you can see someone from a very long distance away.
Well, of course, you have to look out for the champion Sachin, who was also featured in that video during the break, that he is a master of healing. So if you want to be top dog for medic, or if you want to earn your stripe for medic, you got to be doing some real bandaging up. Otherwise, you're not going to get it.
Especially if you want to be able to win some of the prizing that we have. Like you've mentioned before, we got the awesome t-shirts, there's cash prizing, but there's the coveted one right there in the middle, the OnePlus 8 Pro kit and OnePlus 8 5G phone. That's the one I know I would be fighting for if I was them. If I wasn't the one talking about the game, I would easily be working to try to see if I can get that.
It's definitely a prize worth having. Every time I look at it, I think, man, that's at least 20 chicken dinners today once I play on it.
Oh, yeah. I was about to say, I thought you were going to say it's worth 20 chicken dinners. I'm like, I think it's worth more than that. But that's how many you'd get definitely with playing on that. You are quite right, sir.
That's what I like to be. Correct. It doesn't always happen, but every time it does, makes me a little happier.
Well, the thing is, I'm going to laugh a little bit if I'm correct about where the circle is, if it is towards those islands way over there on the east, because like I said, only ever seen it once. And that was with me playing. It rarely happens because it doesn't like to focus in on those islands, especially not over a lot of water. Not like how it used to be way back in the early days of PUBG Mobile when you actually would sometimes have the circle completely out in the water and you'd have to grab boats and you'd have to grab jet skis in order to actually fight.
Well, grab your boats, grab your jet skis, grab your vans, because we are getting into game round 2 on Miramar coming up.
Let's see where the circle is going. Pretty much just going to go from west to east, a little closer towards the southern side, but a similar thing like we saw on Erangel, where it's pretty much cutting the map right in half without favoring one side or the other too much.
So really a lot of options here, and that's what we like to see from playing routes, is when you really get to choose where you want and really develop the strategies that you might have worked on with your team, or that you might be just joining someone new, and how you like to interact with them.
Well, the big ones for me, it's going to pass right over Picado, going to be able to go right over Los Leones, it's going to go over Impala. These are big ones that people like to drop off. I know I like to go to El Pozo, and you can even see right there on the menu map that there's a lot of squads that are making the long drop towards El Pozo. There's a lot of good loot you can get up there, but with how many squads are going there that early, I bet we're going to have to watch that because that's going to be a lot of early fighting, a lot of early firefights, and probably a lot of early kills.
It's going to be a very chaotic area, but I also imagine Minas Generales, because it's directly on the route, is going to be pretty contested. It's just a lot of high ground that you can have, and it seems pretty central to the map. So really, if you can control it early on, it's going to be very, very valuable as the game moves forward.
True. That is somewhere we're going to have to keep our eyes on, but I'm really just curious to see how these early drops, and like I said, with how many teams we saw early on dropping, that means that we're going to see Monte Nuevo and El Pozo be the hotly contested drops.
For sure. As we look at Squad 1, looks like we do have Beastie going to be dropping on in with the boys. Squad 15 very closely behind, so maybe some early combat. I don't like that they're not near anything right now, Magical.
Right, like, I think they're going for La Bandita, but it's like, where from here? You kind of bailed, and do you want to make the long run towards Minas Generales, or what? Where are you going?
Where are they going? La Bandita going to be the call, as Squad 10 has already made their home there, so it's going to be very chaotic to try to get in. Hopefully they don't get spotted.
That's why I'm just so confused by that drop. We got to go over to Squad 10 and see how they're doing. They get the loot for free. Squad 1, you're pushing them way too late. Honestly, if you notice a single open door, I'd say bail. Grab a vehicle, get the hell out of Dodge, maybe try to see if you can go super north, because this is about to happen. You're about to all just get shot down by Marvel Thor. He spotted you. He's got the M16, and you've got nothing.
Absolutely nothing. 4 men means nothing, as Marvel Thor going to be pushing up just a little bit. Is that name copyright? We'll find out from our lawyers, as we do see Squad 1 trying to move out of the building, but it's not going to happen. Thor is already coming.
Oh, no. I'm sure it's only the M16, but you got a frying pan. Tool alive. Unfortunately, it did not work out for him, and first casualty that we get to watch on stream. We've been seeing the kill feed pretty much going off. But right now, for Squad 1, BC, Venom, trying to see if they can loot up, but if it's anything like their teammate had, he had nothing in his inventory. Here come the shots. BC doing his best, but Thor makes sure he brings down the hammer onto Squad 1.
It was just so confident coming out of Thor. He moved into the building, had the nice swagger to just walk on in and strafe the shots in order to hit the person that was crouching down.
Like we said, it was Squad 1. You gotta respect the fact that you dropped in the middle of nowhere. Squad 10, they had the inside track of Minas Generales. They had all the loot, and they were able to easily punish you. But we do gotta see at least here on this cliff, trying to see if they can fight against Squad 20, especially now that you got in the res. We've seen this team before, Squad 20. Look and see if they can get a couple shots onto Prince, who's pretty damn low there, right below. Sinbad as well. They have no healing in their inventory. They haven't been able to loot enough to be able to find anything. And Bolty wants to be able to secure these early kills.
It's definitely easy to do it from the high ground. You just have to push a little bit. It looks like Bolty. Oh no, he's walking right past him. What is happening?
Sinbad, I thought had the advantage, but unfortunately does not. Health bars mean a lot this early on. Without any health to work with, Bolty, he might have taken a lot of damage, but he's still up on his feet.
Definitely a confusing move by Squad 20, but they did manage to win the fight, so to the victor go the spoils, as we turn on over to Squad 18 versus Squad 3, and it looks like 18 is held up in one building. Squad 3, they have more a surround of the city.
Omsi has the micro Uzi, works out very well in those side corridors, but let's take a look at the bigger picture. I'm actually surprised that we're not seeing more of the early action there at El Pozo, and in fact, we saw Squad 24 way north by the ruins up there. I've rarely seen someone drop that far up.
Maybe they were confident that eastern circle that you were talking about, Magical, was going to happen because you said it. Unfortunately, we got a west circle, so it's going to be pretty darn hard to stay in that side.
I'm curious to see if we actually have a fight around ruins. Like I said, it's one of those places you don't see too often. Same with like Atlantis way up in the north. Certain areas you kind of keep your eyes on and where people are dropping, why they're dropping there. I guess it's a lot of free loot, especially with these squads where you get a whole town to yourself. What is that town? Alcantara? I think is what that one up there by the ruins. Whoa.
Sounds right to me.
Squad 18. Where are you swimming to? You're swimming, just swimming off nowhere. But we got to actually jump over towards the fight. See, Floop looking for Cuddle all the way up on the top of that hill. Cuddle. There's the name. Oh, no, Floop. Oh, no damage. Okay.
No, he's fine. Just jumping from a second story. Still no fall damage to the best of my knowledge. We'll be able to just get a view of Squad 13, but you really don't want to fight this on the low ground with little to no cover. You are inside the circle, but that's about the only grace you have as a solo member on this team.
Why is it always Squad 8 that we see
I don't know.
have the solo member this early on? Floop away. Go run. Just get out of here. You got the van. There's a van.
Take it.
Take it. Bail.
Do a flip.
Don't fight Cuddle. This is professional advice. We've seen Cuddle before. Do not fight Cuddle. Bail. Leave. Go home. Yeah, there you go. No,
And he's
Floop.
out.
Bad Floop.
No, but this is what he needs to do. I get it. It's the emotions pounding within you. You know you need to get revenge for your teammates.
Wait, is he trying to do a flip in the van?
Yes. Yes. He'll do it. He'll be the one to bring balance to the van.
Okay, Floop. If you do a flip in the van... Oh, no, he bailed.
Aw.
Okay, Floop.
Not like this.
You're not
Floop.
listening to our professional advice. Get out of here. We've seen how many community nights, Sam? How many have we
Too
seen
many.
where Cuddle goes off? Way too damn many. Floop, leave. You've got the van. You can live out of the van. That van's a big van. You can sleep in the back. It's comfortable. Take it. Make a new home somewhere else. This is not where
It
you
was
want
a
to
little
make
on fire.
Well, that's what. Well,
I
that was paint. It was a bear on the side. I mean, if I was a van and I had a bear on the side, the fire would only add to it.
Oh, you're right. Maybe it was a pure cosmetic fire as opposed to one of those dangerous fires that you hear so much about with, too soon for California? Probably.
So that's why it's like in California. I hope everyone's safe out there. That the fire's going on. Stay safe. If you're near it, try to get somewhere where you can. I've been a part of those where it's like I had firefighters in my neighborhood ready to evacuate us at any moment. That is always scary. So my heart always goes out to people who have to deal with that and stay as safe as possible.
Always great. Always stay safe, folks, as we do see Floop being as safe as he can, just getting some high ground here on top of these generators. We'll be able to maybe spot someone out if they come by, but for the most part, he's just trying to stay as elusive as possible.
No, he's not. He's running towards Cuddle and looking for danger. Floop,
Slowly.
you had a van.
Slowly.
Floop, you are the solo squad of 8. We have a lot of expectations of Squad 8 solo members surviving for a long time. We saw what Bins did last time. Are you trying to get as many kills as Bins did? You know how Bins did it? He waited. He got himself a new home at a pier. There's a beach town where nobody else had moved in until he made it cool. Then everyone came in, but because he had already made it his home, he suddenly wins. That's what you need to do, Floop.
The thing about Monte Nuevo that you need to look out for, though, not a whole lot of vehicles. And at the very least, if you're driving one around, you're going to be spotted out, and Squad 8 knows this. Floop trying to stay as cautious as he can while also moving forward. So kind of a taunting. I believe that's to us, if I'm not mistaken.
I love this. Okay, Floop.
Thank you, Floop.
Thank you.
Well done.
Okay. You've won my heart now. You can go do what you want. Let's jump over to Deja. Looking for the kill on Abuda Tom. Not going to be able to get it. Still waiting to push up. You can see that other members of Squad 7 have already made the push up. Frankie, right here on the other side. Looking for the bounce grenade. No way. Did that work? Oh, come on, tell me.
Maybe?
Go back. No, it didn't
Nope.
work. I think there's a closed door on the other side, so not able to do it. Frankie's going to bail out of that one. Looking to see if they can maybe wrap around and find a better position on Squad 6 to be able to find those shots on the snowback.
And speaking of snowback, there is a bit of a snowman going to be appearing in Miramar. Not the most common sight, but it happens sometimes.
Now, how would you get snow here in the middle of summer in the desert? Like, I get it when it's the middle of winter, because it gets damn cold, and it can actually snow in deserts. Oh! Snowback.
Deja vu, am I right?
Yeah. You forgot about Snowback, didn't you, Deja?
Yep. Looks like it. Andy, the last remaining member of Squad 7, in a very bad place, but still gets the knock there. Squad 20 going to look to go more aggressive, does manage to land the shots, and Andy goes down. That's going to be a wipe.
Yeah. There goes Squad 7, but Squad 6 are still up, and there is only one standing member of Squad 20. Actually, there's two. Nav is over here, but barely. Having to use a health kit already to be able to get back up. Snowback looking for a good grenade. Might be able to time that as Bubba off on the edge. Looking for... Oh,
Nice.
Iggy Poppy almost taking the shots, almost getting knocked down. There it is. Going to be able to get it with a Molotov. Oh, it's the Molotov on himself as well. No.
You hate to see it.
Oh my
You
God. Now
really
it's
hate
gonna
to
be
see
left.
it.
Might be able to get the res, but Squad 6, you got to punish this. You got to say, okay, we've got the kills on everyone else. Let's go finish off this squad.
It's going to be tough, though, because the position that they have, they can't get behind this wall. If they even try, Squad 20's looking there. That's the only place they need to look out for. Squad 6, on the meanwhile, needs to watch their backs as well as their forwards, and then they need to push in. So Squad 20 taking advantage of this, chucks a couple grenades, might be able to make it out of this one alive, but they want the fight more than anything else.
Cooking those grenades, not able to find them onto Snowback, who's playing with that terrain very well. There's a snowman right on the outside. Good grenade coming
Bank
in
shot.
from Poppy. Looking to see what they can get. Oh, there it is. That's a great grenade. Barely tossed that on the Snowback, but didn't realize Squad 6 are baiting him. It was a trap set by the snowman himself to make sure that they have to push in. Now it's just one member, Nav, alive, looking for Bubbles. We're going to be able to get the knock that they need, and Snowback is dead. This actually, the Squad 20, they won.
Wow. Wow. Oh, you know why they won,
That's
Magical?
why. Lord Black. Oh, the spoiler.
We'll be able to get some shots down. He does have a long-range weapon, and some really good armor, if I do say so myself. We'll be able to look down onto Squad 20, the winner, quote-unquote, of that little generator area, and might just be able to get another knock for himself.
With my favorite weapon in the hands of Lord Black, the SKS, might be able to find these snipes onto Nav, but we'll take a look back for a second. Squad 20, currently at the top, but it's only one member. They're at the top right now because of all the kills they were able to get, but the fact that only Nav is alive, don't expect them to be able to retain that number one slot for too long.
Kudos to Squad 20, though. They do have 7 kills so far, so that's really bringing up those point totals as much as possible. Hopefully they'll be able to make it inside the circle and then maybe even win out a couple more fights, because if he can just survive and get a top 5, then that's a good amount of points moving in towards the top dog of the night.
Now here's Squad 11. All of them are still up, so they are starting to push towards Squad 20, even though it was only Lord Black who had played spoiler to the fight. Well, yeah, still got the full squad of 11. They're looking to see if they can hunt down Nav, but we jump over to another fight as a Squad Wiper is able to get the knock. Acer waiting to look for the push to be able to try to see if they can take Picado away from Squad 5, but unfortunately, it's not looking too hot for them. Peppa is bleeding out. Rolex is already dead. The shot's coming in from Acer. Get a couple of them onto Gang on the other side, but not going to be able to find the knock that they need to onto Squad 5.
And it's looking like Acer has to run around the building once again, trying to use the cover as much as possible. But against the smoke, it's just so hard to land those shots, and he has to res his teammate. Squad 19 in dire straits right now.
They are pretty far, and Peppa was able to crawl to a pretty safe spot. Should be able to get the res off. 5 haven't pushed far enough to actually be able to punish. Vicky is still around, just waiting to see if they can maybe bait in somebody. But Acer and Peppa, they have to play really safe for now until they can actually team up with Vicky.
It's going to be important to see exactly what happens. Squad 5, though, and meanwhile, just happy to loot for the moment. Maybe they didn't have the loot to move forward, and they just needed a couple more healing items in order to really push into Squad 19.
Ooh, look at that. A crate off in the distance, too. Do either team want to be able to get that? We'll find out in a minute.
Savage.
Oh,
what are you
come
doing?
On. Oh, come on. Does he have the
Madman.
IQ for this? Okay,
No.
way too far.
Not even close.
Second try.
Got to keep going.
Oh!
He sees it.
Oh, no. It was so close. But Nav was able to run past it. So now we jump back over to Picado. Peppa able to heal up pretty well, but you can see level 1 helmet and vest. That is bad. That's why Peppa had gotten knocked down so easily before. And with Squad 5 continuing to take all of the loot of Picado, it's not looking very likely that Peppa's going to be able to improve upon that armor.
It's going to be necessary in order to fight Squad 5, or he could leave, because I'm sure he knows there's fighting going on, and he can just bail out if he wants to.
Squads just showed up, 25 and 14,
Yep.
5. They had the ring, they had the stadium all to themselves, but suddenly you have 2 new squads showing up, and they're going to make it to the 19. This is your chance. You bail out of the fight, find a better place to find some loot, or you can wait it out. Try to see if everyone's going to be low, and then just play cleanup. You can be the janitor sweeping everybody into the trash.
Squad 24 in the meanwhile going to be driving around trying to get shots onto Squad 3. They don't land quite yet, but you feel like it's a matter of time before Chavez manages to get a knock for himself.
Going to be the fight coming in, has the micro Uzi, knows someone's around, takes the shot, not able to get the knock, but the explosion blows him up. That's how you take it. You blow up the truck and say, who even needs to land a shot? I have it right here.
Hasta luego. As we do see Squad 14 going to be able to get some shots onto Squad 5. That's a knock against someone who's at the super high ground. So Squad 5 not feeling as confident as they did before. And again, this is a 3 squad jumble at the moment. Squad 14 still trying to land some shots. Might be able to get the complete takeout. Not quite yet.
Oh, he's bleeding out. There's no way. He's just making it so nobody's going to be able to take his loot. That's why he's staying there up on the roof. It will be finally him bleeding out and the kill going over to Shadow. As Peppa able to find a good headshot on a Julius. So you can tell that 19, they haven't given up just yet. Squad 3, got the car, looking for the shot. Pape, not actually hit though.
Car 98, very good at this range, but unfortunately, there's just great cover coming out of Squad 13. A headshot might do it, but he gets shot himself. Oh no, that's the circle.
Oh, KG tag did not respect enough. Had the headshot lined up, but wasn't sure of the drop rate. Wasn't sure on exactly the distance, so didn't take the shot immediately. So instead took a little bit too much damage. Squad 3 still looking to see if they can push into Squad 24, who are pretty damn low. Only a couple of shots, a couple seasons are going to be able to take him down. You can see right now. That is what you needed to be able to get, but unfortunately, it was turned around immediately.
And Squad 14 trying to play spoiler themselves. They move on in against Squad 25, and 14 go down. Squad 25 come out on top inside the building.
And remember, Calm was one of the victors from last time. One of the winners of Erangel. So being able to continue to get these kills, going to continue to move up the top dog stripe and as well the leaderboard. But here we jump over to Squad 3, only one member alive. Vicarent looking to see if they can at least push into the circle and be able to fight against 24. That is not looking too well, especially since they already have the inside track for the circle. A couple shots coming in from Vicarent, but not able to actually tag anyone well enough.
He does have the grenade though, and that might just make all the difference. Cooking it up, throws it out. Does it land? No, it doesn't.
Not spicy enough, unfortunately. So the dinner wasn't good. Vicarent, there it is. Taker takes him down, and that is going to be Squad 3 eliminated.
Unfortunate for Squad 3, but I do like the aggression coming in. He was outside the play zone, went back in trying to take out Squad 24, but unfortunately the numbers were just too great, and he was unable to take out the 3 members remaining for this squad.
We get to see where the circle is going to go. It's a fairly generic circle, unlike last time where it was on the beach and it was pretty interesting. This one's just going to be where you've seen circles for Miramar mostly. Out in the desert, a lot of rock terrain, not really any of the cliff faces to be able to play. You can see, had it just been a little bit more south, that would have made a very, very difficult terrain to be able to fully play with. Something more akin to what we've seen on Vikendi, as opposed to being Miramar, but this is more of the typical. We jump back over to Picado onto 25, still looking for the remaining members of 5, but they have lost 2.
You're the man trying to get into Squad 5. I believe there's still a couple members left. Nope, just the one. And Squad 25 takes him out easily. Well done by You're the Man.
And unfortunately, purely not able to get enough points for Squad 5. And like a squad wiper's name, their squad has been eliminated and wiped. 25 will now themselves take control of the ring, waiting to see where the circle is going to go. It is a little bit outside of their range, but it's not too far. They still are looking for other members. 17, Cuddle is a member that we've seen a lot. We've seen him many times here on Community Nights. So I want to see how he's going to be able to play on Miramar and how the strategy of 17 is going to be able to change since they already lost a member.
Hopefully they'll be able to find something as Squad 18 takes high ground against Squad 17. Looks like the energy drink will go out, and Rakesh has the angle to find Insane and Cuddle, excuse me. Hopefully they'll be able to actually take the shots, but for the moment, Squad 17 staying safe.
With an M4 as well, but I'd love to see the attachments. He's got to push himself up against a wall, so it's so difficult to be able to see exactly what the attachments are, see if you have the proper scopes, proper silences, proper suppressors, whatever you need to be able to get these shots that will make it that much more difficult for 17 to figure out exactly where you are, especially when you're at the top floor of a building.
Squad 17, in the meanwhile, just going to bail out for the moment as more going to be getting more high ground. and maybe even scout out what's going on behind them. Because if you can get that hill and take the entirety of the radius, then you're going to be in a very good spot to move on to the next circle.
That's what it is. It's always about scouts. When you see a team that's more professional, especially when you look at actually PUBG Mobile professional players, they always have that one player that is the scout. They try to get information to make sure that their position is not compromised. Look at how center 17 is, and they've sent more to go even more into the center of the circle so they can see if anybody is truly controlling that. Plus, where the circle just ended up next is going to make it so that that is even more important, more practical for more to be exactly at that spot.
And now we're going to switch on over to Squad 16. Going to be looking at Squad 19 for the moment, but Squad 24 also in the wings. You can see on the minimap in the top right. But Acer, you're in danger, buddy. Run around, Serpentine, Serpentine.
Well, inside the building right now, so should be fine for the moment. But Nitesh knows that you're there. Acer's going to have to play it cautiously when leaving said building. With Nitesh on this huge cliff, these rocks don't always play nice. Got to be careful. Oh!
No!
Okay. Was able to get the slip. Sometimes that happens too. If you're able to slip through the crack, it actually lowers the fall damage that you would have taken from that height. Had the slip not happened, had he not gotten right between the two rocks, that would have been full fall damage. That would have been a knock on Nitesh.
At the same time, it's still damage you don't want to take. Luckily, the healing items were there, and we're going to swap on over to Squad 25. You're the man, trying to go up against Squad 2 on the roof. Does he see it? He does now as shots go out, and that's going to be Squad 2 dropping.
I've all killed off by You're the Man 25 with Calm, the former champion from our round 1. Still going to be able to keep them going very strong. You're the Man going to be able to heal up as well. They've taken these few buildings, but they still are only 2. Waiting to see what else they can get. We get to Nitesh, who got the drop, but got dropped himself. Acer, the one that they had been hunting before, was the one to find and secure the kill.
And with that, Squad 16 find themselves in a very awkward situation and out completely as Squad 13 manages to pick that one up.
Nicely done. Oh, You're the Man actually got dropped on the kill feed, but we're jumping over to Squad 4. Mighty Rooster, only member of 4. You know what's weird? There are a lot of squads right now that only have 1 or 2 members left. We have 12 teams remaining, 32 players alive.
That's an average of less than 3, if my math is right.
Yeah, just well, between 2 and 3. But it's still, that's not very many. That means there's a lot of teams that are alive, like Squad 2 here. Only Jax and Miltoner R. Milton R. Oh, wow. That's in my brain sometimes. I'm so bad with names. I think Milton R is more what it is. You're probably right. I'm bad with names. So you have this.
Maybe his name isn't Milton. Maybe it's a giant mind game. He's just trying to get us to say the wrong name. The van goes in. Will the flip happen? Calm. You got this, buddy.
Flip the van.
Flip the van. Damn.
Oh, just crashed it.
Unlucky.
Well, they're pushing in. They do know that Acer is nearby. They saw some members inside. Squad 11 are also close. They've already gotten control of some of the buildings, and 11 seem to have 3 members at least, which is higher than the average that we'd expect so far. What is this?
And Acer are going to be able to take the tank? I've never seen that tank before, Magical.
I have never seen that as well.
The new one.
And I've not been paying attention to patch notes then. That is amazing.
Cool. I don't think it gives you any extra like armor or defense against shots. I imagine it blows up pretty quick, but it looks cool.
Let's find out. We're gonna find out as Acer just driving it through. And I choo-choo.
We'll take some shots. It's already smoking. That's a bad sign.
It's taken a lot though. There have been a lot of shots onto this.
But Acer does work his way around, is trying to get to his teammate as quickly as possible. Thick C.
I think that's the thing. It's not like the van has a hard time getting up hills already. This thing, you can tell, it is struggling with these hills. It does not like any kind of incline, even if it's merely like 5 degrees. It's like, nah, I can't handle it, bro. I can't do it. It's enough, though. Acer going to be able to get the Thicky, join up with the squad here. We only have 8 squads remaining, 19 players alive. Starting to get really to the thick of it. We're going to start seeing a lot of people get eliminated. If we had a lot of squads and a lot of people surviving last time at round 4, round 5, this time I'm imagining it's going to be just as bloody.
Though I gotta say, so far for Squad 21, nothing seems to phase them as they look down onto Squad 17. Moore, who has been at the top of the hill, the scout for the team, might just go down here.
Remember, Devin also had the most kills in the last time. Even if they got third place, they had a lot of kills for the team. They're looking to see if they can make this play. Advil almost had the flip. At least he got airborne. It got airborne.
He did get some sick air, but Squad 21 still going to be shooting down on them more. The scout trying to push up onto FaZe, but the high ground advantage, it's not enough, and he goes down.
14 was able to get the knock that they needed to onto Moore. Advil trying to see if they can smoke out 21, using the best they can on 17. Going for the push for FaZe, trying to make sure they can secure the kill on the Moore, but Insane was there to make sure that they had to pull back for now. Waiting, FaZe v FaZe, which one's superior? Insane hasn't taken a shot just yet.
Meanwhile, though, we have to look at Squad 11. Savage IQ going to be shooting down onto Devim. Oh, no, he gets shot himself. Squad 9 was waiting in the wings.
That's what happens when you're not prepared with your flanks. You had the shot lined up, but a different squad showed up right behind you, killed you off. That sometimes is why you need your teammates to be able to help you FaZe. Taking a lot of shots, but then they need 14. You're going to be able to get the drop, himself. Looking at how this fight's going, it's Cuddle starting to show up with Advil, but Advil takes him down. Squad at 21, taking out 17.
And that's going to be Squad 21 still having the high ground, so not only getting the victory in terms of kills, but getting the victory in terms of positioning. And as we get to the last 7 squads, that's going to make all the difference.
7 squads, 12 people. That is definitely shrunk down. War before 21. They had the man advantage. They had the full squad. No longer is that the case. I don't think a single squad has a full team surviving.
I don't believe so. Squad 11 and 9 facing off against each other. Squad 9 goes down, and 11 revenges for Savage IQ.
Doing well, making sure that they get a lot back, but Lord Black will have to heal up as Mighty Rooster mightily crawls his way in, has the M4 out, 3 helmet and vest. Difficult to take down this Rooster.
Gonna be very, very difficult. Cockadoodle do as he manages to make his way up top. Thicky, you can see backing up Acer. I like how much separation there is on the team. Normally that's a bad thing, but because you have high ground and low ground coverage, you have so much room to work with, and especially if you're inside the circle, it is all good for Squad 19.
24 are the only squad with 3 people left. Everyone else is down to 1 or 2. This is anybody's game. You have to play so passively here. You can tell 24 trying to make the push up. They do not realize people are in the shack.
No!
The shot's coming in from your man. Was looking for you, Mad Bro, but didn't actually get the knock that they needed to. Here's the push continuing. You, Mad Bro, finally falls to the micro Uzi and is killed by Calm.
The Mighty Rooster might get the shots onto Thicky. It's not going to happen quite yet, but the play zone's closing in. Rooster, be careful.
Oh, look at the damage already, and since he took the shots on a Thicky, they realize the shots raining back. The Mighty Rooster falls to both Thicky and the play zone.
And you're the man, unfortunately, dying as well as Calm. So Squad 25 is out. Squad 19 versus Squad 21, a 2v1 situation. Thicky gonna be able to move up, and Acer in the car might just get the final rundown.
Acer has been surviving through so much. The Picado fight where it looked kind of bad for them initially. Well, now they only have to worry about Advil on 21. They've got the tank that they can line up to get the shot coming in from Thicky, using that Groza, trying to see if they can keep Advil pinned, but nothing has phased him so far. Has a lot to be able to heal up with if he wants to be able to go for this full fight. Grenade bounces off the wall.
That's not where you want it. And Acer, now that one's going to be pretty good. Might be in a little danger from the vehicle explosion. Doesn't actually hit. And Acer got to throw some grenades of his own, get some shots down, but Acer still stays up. Advil just having a headache dealing with this squad.
Unfortunately, that tank seems really difficult to actually deal with. Has thrown so many grenades.
Ooh.
Does get a little bit of damage onto Acer, but finally the tank blows up. But that was Acer. Acer blew that up himself to make sure it wasn't going to explode in his face.
Definitely a great call. Again, high ground, low ground. Squad 19 playing this so well. They know there's only one person left alive, and they can play this as cleanly as they want to. They also know they have circle positioning. So Squad 21 really needs to think about what he can do in this position.
Trying to see if he can smoke out, walk up slowly but surely without getting found out by Thicky or Acer. Look at this. Not even looking the right way. The smokes were thrown down, but Thicky and Acer weren't even paying attention in that direction. It could have been free. Smoke's wasted now by Advil, but he's still waiting to slowly push up. Has the M4 out. Could rain the bullets down from above.
Does see the smoke out. We'll be able to chuck a good grenade here. This might just be a game-finishing grenade, Magical.
Throws the grenade. Let's see. They're on top of it.
Nope.
Did not do any damage. You think your Acer will be able to get a couple of shots, but nothing truly connecting too much damage onto Thick. They don't know the exact position. Advil instead took a headshot there. Nearly got dropped. They know where Advil is. The grenade's not going to mean a damn anymore. They're looking to see if they can push up on the hill. Thicky still looking for the shot, and it's going to be 21 losing the fight. That goes to 19.
Wow, Thicky and Acer were able to push that game through to the end. They were a two-man squad for, it feels like the whole game, Magical, but they made it work. They were the ones that came out on top.
It was a while. Peppa, we saw Acer and Peppa trying to see if they can survive Picado. Unfortunately, it was only Acer who was then able to join up with Thicky, but that's all that matters sometimes. You saw how many squads were alive at the end, but not many players. So suddenly squads left, right, and center start getting mowed down and mowed away, where you have 19. I thought they were going to be gone way longer than before. And then 21, who were the only squad to have a full squad, only get second.
Crazy, crazy match. Even looking down at the third squad, Squad 11, Savage IQ didn't get a single kill that entire game as we look at the OnePlus replays from that last round.
This is where it was very interesting here from Volti. Unfortunate for Sinbad, where Sinbad had more damage onto Volti, but was taken too low before. Floop! We never saw what actually ended up happening with Floop, but I do respect the emotes.
Definitely great stuff coming out of him. The dance certainly worthy of this highlight reel as we do move on to Squad 7 versus Squad 20. And this is when Andy just gets a little bit of kills. In Squad 20, they ultimately win the fight, but it is close.
It's very close. And then you have the intervention when it's 20 versus 6 later. That 11 shows up out of nowhere to be able to help out. Chavez getting the kill here on to Squad 3. Literally right next to the truck when it blows up. It only takes a little bit of damage. That was hilarious.
Definitely some great spacing coming out of this player as we see Squad 3, the remnants of them, I should say, versus Squad 24. And this is when it devolved into complete chaos in Picado.
So many squads here. So little room to be able to move. And that's why you see so many squads later that only had a couple members. They didn't have a full squad because the early fights at places like Picado, where so many squads showed up, and they can fight places like this, where you still only have 2 members of 25. Well, they take out 1 member of Squad 2. That means Squad 2 only has 2 members. Take out a squad like this, 13, you find snipes here and there, but you're only taking out a couple components of the squad. So you're not actually fully wiping them.
No, but you're getting the kills, you're getting the points, and that's all you can ask for as Squad 16 just gets completely dropped by Squad 13. And this is Savage IQ. He thinks he has the shot, but he himself was the prey.
Glez showing up out of nowhere, mows him down, says, "No thanks, sir." And again, that's what the problem happens when you have nobody to watch your flank. You get taken out, and 21 here, they started this fight against 17 with a full squad. But they end up losing too many members, and eventually it's only Advil versus 2.
And honestly, Advil, I thought he landed more damage, or at least those grenades would do so much more, but unfortunately, Thicky and Acer just play it so well that there's no way that Advil has any chance against them.
I think the problem here was Advil threw the grenade on one side of the tank, but even with it blown up, it wasn't able to go through. It's not like other vehicles where it has the underneath that you could work with, so he had no damage. So we got to take a look at the top dogs, the first stripe that people can earn. It's actually Zevek. There we go. Thank you. Zevek, who's at the top with 37. Not the most that we've seen. Last round was, what was it? 43 that came in from our top
42? 43? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 43.
It was a lot.
But Thicky there,
it was definitely a lot.
Place.
As we do see Master Opie in third. So really, really close spread this round. So you could see 31 to 37 in the top 7. So really just off by 1 every single time. It just wasn't, it was so close of a match, Magical. There wasn't a single squad that was dominating the whole time.
I think that's kind of how Miramar does work a little bit. It's not like Erangel where you can easily find the superior positions, you can get better gear. It's too tight. There's too much urban warfare going on. And that's actually why, which is interesting, you see a further snipe here on this map. I mentioned before because there's less coverage, but it's still not that far. It's only 321 meters as opposed to some of the times when we've seen it get over 600.
Yeah, there can be some crazy shots on this map, but 321 is still respectable. So congratulations to Trang, going to be able to get a little bit of damage himself. 313 also very close from Alekito, but unfortunately just not going to be able to top it out in this round.
Let's see your favorite, though. The support. I always like saying how many assists come in from the other players, as it's Benz and Trang, both at 7, tied for first. But it's interesting. Last round, you saw it where 6-5-4. It was like really close. There's this huge cluster. You have 2 7s, and then the closest is Sonic Queen and Calm at 4. Oh, and Fast.
I'm very curious as to what happened in Trang's lobby. I don't believe we saw this player in ours. So I imagine there was some chaos going down, and whatever squad he was on was just completely out of control and getting all sorts of kills, in addition to getting a lot of sniper shots.
Wow, look at Thicky there. Gets first place, gets the top dog of the lobby that we watched, and then also ran the most on Miramar. More than we saw on Erangel, breaking the 10K.
A lot of distance ran, and that was because I think Thicky was the scout for the entire team. We saw him running around, never getting in a vehicle. That was actually his teammate, Acer, who had the tank the whole time. So very lucky to get that running distance and do a lot of it on Miramar.
Was able to earn the stripe that way, but going over to the medics, not going to see it quite like we have in the past where it breaks that 1,000. Here's Spider having the most, but it's only 813. So about 8 lives worth of healing, which is still a lot. That is a lot of healing done by Spider, but not as much as we have seen in the previous rounds.
Still an impressive amount. Still has a reasonable gap over the number 2, Master Obi, who has shown up on a lot of these Earn Your Stripes leaderboards for this round. I imagine pretty good round last time. I hope to see his name a little bit more because it reminds me of a great set of 3 movies.
That's the thing, is that because there's multiple rooms going on at one time, each round we're having all this action happening. We can't watch every single round. That's why you see some names that we haven't seen. Angry Boy, though, retaining at the top. That was the name of the person who had 43 last time. Still 10 points ahead of second place, which is I, who we saw on the leaderboard a lot as well. That is a lot of points, even though it's only 2 rounds, and there's easily a chance you get past. Getting this early of a lead for Angry Boy, if he's able to maintain that and do well again on Sanhok, might not even matter what happens on Vikendi.
There are certainly a lot of things that can happen. I also noticed that because he had 43 this time, had to have gotten 25 this time. So at the very least, doesn't finish first place every single time, but still gets those kills. Something to look out for. And whoever gets Angry Boy in your lobby, be sure to target this player. Otherwise, it's going to be chaos.
At least if you can get it early. If you can get Angry Boy early, that's always going to help. But for now, we're going to toss it to a break. And when we come back, we will be jumping into the jungle and we'll be checking out Sanhok.
Alright, my name is Sean Cox, also known as Ironside in the game. We came out here to represent Phoenix Blaze. I'm a streamer on Facebook, and one of my supporters sent me the link. Found out about the event, and he was like, hey, we should meet up. So we both signed up. We met out here. I met my buddy Sterling through my stream, actually. He was asking me about settings and how he can improve his gameplay. He was actually pretty noob at the game at the time. He was playing with thumbs. I was like, man, you should add some fingers into that gameplay. I taught him how to play claw.
Ironside, he puts out great content. He just lasers people from across the map. It's ridiculous. I messaged him. He told me what I need to do to change my setup so I can be a better shooter. I used to play only with my thumbs. Now he got me playing with 3 fingers.
He's actually a really awesome dude. Now we're really good friends thanks to the game. When I
OnePlus's new phone, the OnePlus 8.
Oh, this thing feels so good.
It's basically like I'm playing on smooth graphic. This looks like PC PUBG right here.
Lines like butter. True 120 hertz gameplay.
You're insane.
Welcome back in to PUBG Mobile Community Nights. We had quite a hectic time on Miramar in that last round. It was very exciting to see a lot of squads surviving, even though a lot of their members might not have been surviving as long as they would have liked to. But we are now getting ready for our third round, Sam. And with it being on Sanhok, do we expect to see the same thing we saw on Miramar, where we have a bunch of squads surviving, but not their members?
I don't imagine so. I feel like there's a lot more of a snowball effect that comes to Sanhok. There's just so few positions that give you the good gear, and you can win a fight much more easily with all your members surviving than you could on a very spread out map like Miramar or Erangel. So I imagine it'll be several squads, certainly, but they'll have a lot more members than we saw on the last map.
Interesting. Definitely interesting to get your thoughts on it. I mean, this is a map where I truly, like, not memeing, recommend going to the outskirts of the islands, because that's going to be a lot safer to be able to push in, get the better loot on the outskirts over towards the coast, and then work your way in the island. There's so much more coverage. There's a lot more safety that way. Before, I think last community nights, last month, there was a lot of fighting over at the boot camp. We pretty much saw that one fight last, I think, half the time we were on Sanhok. But I don't know if I expect to see that again. I don't think there'll be a repeat here.
It could be, it couldn't be. Sanhok has provided a lot of different types of matches that we've seen in all the community nights that we've had. I feel like no two are the same. There's very similar things that happen in terms of usually it's a fight on high ground versus low ground, but it's also usually a full squad versus a less than full squad.
Exactly. That's how it usually is. But I think we are getting close to getting into our third round. And with that, Powerbang has more to say for us. So let's hear from him.
What's up, guys? It's Powerbang. I want to give a huge shout out to OnePlus for sponsoring and supporting the Super League community nights where we all play PUBG Mobile with one another. This is happening in a community like yours all around the country. So if you're a Power OnePlus user like me, whether it's on the 7 Pro, the 7T, or even the 7T Pro 5G McLaren that I'm rocking right now, you know OnePlus has you covered. The second I started using one of their devices, the frame drops were gone, the lag was gone, and I was shooting straighter than ever. So big shouts to OnePlus for sponsoring this event, and thanks to them for supporting mobile gamers everywhere.
You again, Powerbang. Before we get into the next round, into round 3, we do want to go over the format one more time, really quickly. It's 4 rounds. We're on round 3. So after we go on to Sanhok, we'll be going over to Vikendi, and during it, even if you don't see yourself on the stream, even if you have it all night, we know there's multiple rooms per round. So we are calculating everything behind the scenes. That's why you see Angry Boy, who we actually haven't even witnessed once yet tonight. He's at the top. He's got 68 points so far, just in the top dog. So make sure that you're keeping that in mind. So you're going easy on us with that. This is how the point spread is going to be. You can see where you're going to be able to earn all your points. Most of it is from placements, but kills definitely help.
Kills will always be a great thing to go for. And Magical, we have not seen a single first place team that hasn't gone for the kills, because they are always thirsty. They are always looking for something next. And the play styles that we've seen have just been incredible so far tonight.
I will definitely say that we have a lot of stripes that have been earned in multiple different facets. We've had a lot of people go for the track stars. Vicky was our top killer in the round we saw on Miramar, also was the top track star. So you got the top dogs there, and you got the track stars, but overall leaderboard, it still goes to Angry Boy over for top dogs. We haven't seen too many snipe kills. We haven't seen very much long distance, but it's always interesting to see how that feeds in, especially when it comes to the prizing.
And those prizes still up for grabs, folks. We still got that nice shirt, that nice in-game money, and of course, the incredible OnePlus 8 Pro kit and the OnePlus 8 5G phone. That's right, 5G. There are 5 of them.
I will say these phones are so nice. I got mine still right here. This one's mine. It's not yours. You can't have this one.
No,
you have your own. I gave that back to you earlier, but I got mine. It's always so nice to be able to play, especially PUBG Mobile.
It's definitely nice, and I definitely love looking at it. I love playing on it even more. But you know what, Magical? Not everyone at home has one, and I feel sorry for them because they don't know the difference playing on a OnePlus 8 phone and a OnePlus 8 Pro kit versus playing on their whatever phones they have.
That's true. That's why Powerbang said it best. It's so different from being able to play with that. And hopefully we have more players playing on their OnePlus phones because we are getting into round 3 on Sanhok. You can see the drop. Looks like it's going to be, again, a pretty centered one. Not too special here. It is a little bit more over towards the side, I believe. I'm just looking at how it is. It's going from north to south. I think it went slightly past the ruins, so it is a little bit more on the western side.
So that means there are a couple of camps. I believe Camp Bravo is right there, just for the taking if they want to go for it. Otherwise, boot camp, always an option, and a lot of players definitely love to go towards that direction.
That is true. Camp Charlie as well, I think is where we're going to see a lot of players go for it. Where we see right here, Squad 2, 13, 16, all of them kind of going for this angle. You can see here from the overall view, it was more of a western drop, but still fairly center, which is why you see a lot of players still able to get to the East Coast to be able to stay safe.
And look at that boot camp. It's looking like it's going to be pretty chaotic here. Spider going to be fighting against Squad 4, who's already taken some heavy losses.
What do you have a barrel? As we have a QBU in the, at least for Lana for now, but that doesn't really work out on these urban warfares, especially not in boot camp where everyone's going to be close corridors. You want that for the snipes. You want that for long distance. What Rytex here has, having the micro Uzi, that's what you want. That's what you need to be able to fight back.
And Critics does get a little bit of high ground here. Might be able to shoot against Squad 2, who is right outside the door. I believe the footsteps have been heard. Critics will be able to land it, and will get the
knocked down. This is why I said the QBU, not really that great in boot camp. Having a micro Uzi, much better. Critics still looking for the shots, but Squad 16 starting to push inside of the house. Was able to jump down the stairs with 2 members below. That's what happens when you don't have the perfect vision, nor do you have the teammates to back you up.
And Draco going to be able to help his teammate just a little bit. Does rush towards the building, but Gucci will be able to back him up as well. Squad 16, in the meanwhile, is surrounding the building, has it entirely taken over, and it's going to be nigh impossible to get this squad dislodged without a good couple shots.
Baldo trying to work out what he can do without having his teammates too nearby. Gucci is below, but Squad 16, Ninja especially, sitting there on the roof ready to be able to push inside this building.
Baldo going to be getting to the roof himself, but takes the wrong door, spots his teammate, and gets shot! It's not looking good.
Oh. Vector, though, not going to be able to help him out, especially not Gucci, who is right behind him. It should be the executed kills coming in from Ninja. Squad 13, I think they have been completely wiped off the board now.
And now just 2 squads remain in the boot camp, Squad 16 and Squad 2. And looking at the health bars, I'm saying Squad 16 has the advantage.
Baby!
Yep.
That's a firefight if I've ever seen one. More like a massacre. Squad 2, they're all holed up inside that closet, and it didn't work out, but they do have a little bit of backup coming in. Trying to see if they can get the shots, but it is finally Squad 16 winning it out, and every member survives.
Very nice fight coming in from Squad 16. They have won boot camp, and for Sanhok, that is incredibly important moving forward because now all the loot is yours, and you have a central space that is all to yourself.
Gonna make it so they get a lot of free loot as we jump over to 18 and 19. Legend was looking to see if he could find some shots on Heartless, but with the foliage working out towards the favor of 19, there's only the one member that they had to sacrifice.
Legend going to be moving forward towards Squad 19. It looks like Squad 19 in a firefight of their own against not Squad 18, or maybe they're just firing blindly behind them. Hard to say as 6 Days tries to go up the mountain, but that's dangerous. That's where Squad 19 knows they're going to be coming from.
Could be dangerous. It depends if they're actually waiting or not. We got to see how the kill board is going so far. Squad 16, since they won boot camp, we've only been in this, 2-3 minutes at most, and look at how many kills they already have. That is what boot camp can do if you win.
Embarrassing moment, Magical. They were at Camp Charlie the whole time. Awkward.
Were they?
Yeah. So
that's
right there
right,
on the
that's right. I said that at the beginning.
Yep,
I said that at the very beginning. I said, hey, they're dropping at Camp Charlie. And then I kept, and mine too. I kept saying boot camp, but they were at Camp Charlie. Boot camp is in the center of the map. Oh, but here we go. Legend was able to get the knock on to Heartless. QBZ. This is what you needed in Camp Charlie. You needed something like this. Having a machine gun to be able to work with. Dougie tried to hold up inside of that little tent, and it did not work out. You got spotted by Nar, and Nar took him out.
And with that, Nar going to be able to loot up, getting everything that he wants. And the health bars are still looking very, very healthy. 6 days, going to be the only person to have taken damage thus far. So this team is looking very healthy and takes a very nice position as the first circle closes.
As we jump over to Squad 25. Squad 5, all the way over on the other side of the road. Trying to see if they can get a little bit of vision, but they got to be careful. They know that they aren't really in the best spot. It is vulnerable, despite the fact they have the buildings to work with for now.
Going to be very important. Squad 5 going to be able to just camp out in that building for just a quick second. Squad 25, they're trying to get the shots. They are just barely outside the circle, but since it's the first one, not terribly important to move fast.
Jump over, see what they're trying to be able to accomplish at Kampong. Not really seeing the best angles at the moment. Still just going to be able to loot up. This is really what you want to be able to do. If you see someone, you can take the shots, but for a while since... Look at this. Here, we're lit. Sitting on level 1 everything. Backpack, helmet, vest. Not going to work out in the longer stage of the game. Got to make sure you're still looting up, get a little bit more safety, especially when you get the tight corridors. If you only have a level 1 helmet and a backpack, Micro Uzi is going to be able to immediately eviscerate you.
Yeah, but only in those close quarter fights. Otherwise, I believe there are some... Is that an AKM on his back? Could be a rifle of any sort. But Squad 25, they're feeling pretty healthy. They just need to get into combat right now, because the sooner they get into combat, the sooner they get that loot that they're looking for, and they'll be able to upgrade their stats. As you said, very bad armor, very good weapons.
Yeah, on our kill feed, we saw Codex Gaming and JP47 taken out. 2 players that we've seen in many, many community nights. Unfortunate that we didn't get to see them a little bit further, unlike in the first round where they did very well. Squad 8 have actually usurped that first place away. They were the ones who were able to kill off Codex as well as be able to get the kill onto JP.
And it looks like Squad 25 moving very quickly towards boot camp for just a quick moment. Oh, no, they're still on the eastern side. There might be someone on boot camp, but for the moment, it's looking like most teams are still sticking to the outside of the circle. No one's going for the center quite yet. Very interesting play from all these teams.
On Sanhok, that first circle is really meaningless. Sure, it takes away the coast, so you can't just hang around docks, or you can't just hang around at Bontai. It really doesn't matter that much. It's mostly going to be centered. Mostly going to force you a little bit out of some of these talents, but that's it. Really does no damage, and that's why you even see people not really leave those towns. They're going to continue to loot it up. Maybe you'll be able to find a fight. B is going to be able to get the knock onto I Hate. Sniper Legend hanging around the outskirts, using the hill to be able to try to help out I Hate, but I Hate, the other one, was taken out. There's 2 of them. 1, 2 gone, 1 eliminated. The other one should be rezzed by Sniper Legend.
And with that, Squad 25 cements themselves, as I was talking about, Magical. As long as they find the cover, their armor doesn't matter as much. They have great weapons. D's moving up with the AKM. Will be able to get a couple more shots and get the knock. What an absolute nut. Well done.
1 health, Sam. 1 health.
Ooh, and a couple more shots land. TR trying to get the last couple. Doesn't quite get the finishes quite yet.
But it has the team in the position to be able to flank Sniper Legend. There he goes. That's going to be Squad 5 nearly eliminated. Only G here.
There it is.
There it is. Finishing off Squad 5.
And Squad 25, they found the fight they were looking for at the perfect time. So this team is actually in a very good position to move a lot farther into this game. They will be able to loot up, get some health items, hopefully get a little bit more armor, as Lit TR does have level 3 helmet and armor. Hopefully the rest of his team will be able to follow suit.
Wow. Okay. You were talking before about how, hey, you know, armor doesn't matter too much. It's more about the coverage.
But it's good
the
to have.
jungle you can work with. Well, Lit TR, yeah, he's doing well for himself right now.
Caveat to that point. Armor and weapons, both very, very good. But in the early stages of the game, if you have one or the other, you'd prefer to have the weapons. If you have both, that's going to lead you to a pretty good mid to late game. If you have that plus positioning, that's going to win you that chicken dinner.
Remember how I questioned we saw the QBU that was in the inventory, but that was all the way at Camp Charlie. Now having it, even if it's the jungle you have to work with, is much, much more beneficial. Being able to find people at a good range, if you can put a suppressor on that, it works very similarly to an SKS. I always rave about my SKS. It's not quite as powerful in my opinion, at least that's how I feel. I feel like I get more bang for my buck with the SKS, but the QBU works damn well for being able to kind of take the shots from a good range while not giving away your position.
Hopefully they'll be able to find some more shots as Spider going to be getting up a little bit into the ruins, going to be able to look down onto the low ground, but there's no one nearby. No real reason to fear quite yet.
He has an AUG, okay.
Yep.
You don't often see the AUG. Just usually it's not a weapon that I see too often. You see more QBZs or M4s, M16s. Even SCAR and AKM more than I see an AUG. Usually people kind of ignore that. So seeing that in someone's inventory is always interesting. It's not like it's a bad gun.
It's pretty all right. You know, it's not the greatest ever, but, you know, it'll get the job done. And I feel like in PUBG Mobile, you want to get the job done more than anything else as we do swap on over to Squad 18, currently in the lead right now. 6 days going to be just moving on over towards the center of the circle. This is the part, Magical, where you need to really get the positioning on the map as well as getting good cover.
True. You have to make sure that you're working towards these positions, trying to see if you can get yourself in some of these buildings. Or maybe even just get yourself held up pretty well on top of one of these hills, since there's all the trees and all the rocks everywhere. Holding up on a hill works just as well as being able to get some of these buildings sometimes, unless, of course, you're not paying enough attention. You're not keeping your flanks safe, because you could have what's happening right here. 18 are starting to push up onto 10. 10 are none the wiser. They're focused on 6 Sins. They were able to get the knock onto him, but the rest of the members are trying to see if they can at least support him. Sins is gone. One member down. The Marvel team's still doing well, and they haven't really given up any of their position.
Well, so here's my question. I see Thor and Cap. I see Iron M. I don't know what that's referring to.
It's an Iron M. It's an M made of iron.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Ooh, Cap, though. It's flanked by Legend here. Legend is going to be able to sneak around Iron M, not paying attention. And Squad 10, who had a great position before, they got the kill on the Sins. Well, it's not working out so well when you don't cover your flanks.
Oh, and there go the Avengers, completely destroyed. Snap or no snap, Squad 18 will be able to move forward, pick up the loot, and they are once again just in a great position. Yes, they lose 6 Sins, but with 3 members still very high health, I feel like that's not the worst loss in the world.
Not at all. And they're going to continue to get these kills. Look at that. Daze, Legend, and Nar. Both of them 7-6-5. Sin's the only one. The scout for the team didn't have any kills. Well, if 18 can continue to stay alive and continue to find these fights that go so well for them, well, he should still be able to get a bunch of points for himself.
And this is the team that I said to look at after that fight against Squad 6. Squad 25 looking very, very strong right now. Are trying to push up towards that hill. Maybe push on, get forward positioning onto this circle as we are into round 3. Maybe they might even get a couple shots off onto Squad 15.
And holding on to that QBZ. Going to be able to work with that. This does pretty well, especially in this kind of terrain where you can't really see too far. You're looking to see if they're going to be close range. Put that onto fully auto, spray and pray. Or you could even put it onto the burst if you want to try to see if you can take a couple shots. But you're the man. Look for the long range kill with that M4. 16. They've got themselves some of these huts, but you're the man. You're going to be the one fighting against them. And they only know where one member of 14 is so far.
And you're the man, definitely the scariest man on the team. Spider, we did see last round getting a little bit of work done, but you're the man. He gets another drop. He is just a terror on the map and will be continuing to punish this Squad 16.
The Spectro is down. As they still are contending against 15. They're at the bottom of the hill. They're not really fully paying attention to You're the Man. So you got 14, 15, 16. All fighting to see who's going to be able to win in the mid-teens. 14 really with a better position at the moment. Are going to be able to turn around, use their vehicles, maybe bail, but Anna jumps out. QBZ mows him down. Gets revenge for B, who had fallen earlier, and should be able to res their teammate and get the kill onto Evil.
They'll certainly get the kill onto Evil. D is in a bit of trouble here. They don't know quite where the rest of the squad is. It looks like Ranger is moving on up as they're rezzing, so this is going to be very close. But meanwhile, squad 14 versus 16, it looks like 14 has moved forward, and that might just be the go button.
They're able to make this push. They take down the door of the one hut. But they haven't been able to find the exact position of two of the members over to the side. The next door neighbors got to go knock on the door, not just break down the doors. Ring the doorbell,
Grenades?
see who's home. Grenade. It's been cooked for a while. Oh, he closed the door on the grenade. Said it's not welcome here. No delivery today. Gonna be able to get the push continuing. Try to see what they can get. 1Z. Still trying to see what he can find. He has a Thompson out. It works
Another
well
grenade!
in the corridor. But is he gonna know? It wasn't cooked for very long. He might not respect it. Okay, it was cooked long enough for him to be able to see it. Goes outside, gets the knock on a Zypher, and gets the kill as well. It was still, oh no, it wasn't stolen away. You're the man was able to get the kill. And all the while, Legend is getting these snipes off on the sideline. They take out Ninja, one member remaining of 16.
And squad 16, they stayed passive in those huts, but unfortunately, squad 14 just had the vehicles. They had the aggression to move forward, and those grenades just didn't land where they needed to. So squad 16 feeling pretty darn bad about that fight.
Taker was able to get the knock on. I actually confirmed the kill on today's. That's 18, the team that we were talking about keeping your eyes on. I think they just got eliminated by 24.
Could very well be the case. As you mad bro going to be able to get a couple more snipes. He does have the M4 out, going to be able to get a little bit of damage, but no targets to speak of.
Okay.
He just needs to hold the fort down while his teammate heals.
Nar's still up, so there's still one member of 18 that is still up to be able to fight, but here come the shots in from Taker. Deadly, what were you trying to do? Were you trying to crawl past? He could see you that entire time. You don't got a ghillie suit on, and he's going to be able to get the knock onto Gadley. Going to be able to hide behind the rock, away from vision of Taker. But if any of your team tries to go save you, they have a good position to be able to continue to rain the bullets down when you try to res.
But the circle is pushing on in, so squad 24, although they had the angle for the shot, they didn't have the time to just sit around. They now swim across the river, going to be able to get a little bit of positioning on the other side, and for the most part, seems like they're safe unless squad 6 takes the shots.
They didn't see them crossing, though. I don't think that they realized that they were swimming. They're going to now realize, as they just beached onto the shore of the river, that the other team had swam across. That was their time to fire. That was their time to punish 24. They couldn't do so. And without that, it's going to allow 24 to be able to hold up inside of those huts and survive.
Now looking at squad 1, Donut Choppers, going to be fighting against squad 21, Zeus, Ghost, and Legend. Going to be just camping out in the buildings. It looks like we're down to the last few squads, Magical, and as we were talking about earlier, many of them still have several members.
Yeah, but there's still 9 squads alive. And remember, the longer you survive, that's the more points you get as a whole team. So with 9 squads surviving, only 22 people alive, even if you have these full squads alive, you can have a team like this. Squad 1, you have Savage and Donut Choppers. They're the ones alive. QBZ in the inventory of Donut Chopper. Oh no! Zeus!
Oh no!
What a grenade!
Very, very well played. Now Savage, the last member left alive for Squad 1, has to defend his teammate and somehow get the res off. After defeating Squad 21, I don't know if it's possible, Magical.
No way. 21 are going for the push. They're looking to execute the kill on a Donut Chopper. Savage, not even trying to punish. Not even wanting to move. Instead, trying to hold out for dear life just to be able to get the team some points.
If I do say so myself, leaving your teammate out to dry was a pretty brutal move.
Not Savage?
No, because that's the easy one. Low-hanging fruit, Magical. You can't just take it when it's given to you. Sometimes you gotta give a little give and take.
That's like your specialty.
It is. You're right. I'm also a hypocrite. I don't know if you knew that, but that is 100% of my casting personality.
It's okay. Hey, we have another tank. I love these tanks. It's not really going to work out so well here in this very hilly environment of the final circles that we have. But Zeus and Legend trying to see what they can do with it, if they can push up. It's smoking now. Took a lot of damage. Goes for the chop onto Jesso all the way over there. You Mad Bro still outside of the circle. Coach wants to be able to confirm the kill onto Jessoker. Could be able to get that with being outside of the circle. No way you Mad Bro going to be able to get the res.
And now Brian from Squad 14 at the top of the hill has the best possible vantage point for whatever's happening with Squad 21 and Squad 6. So it's looking pretty darn good for the Orange Boys. And that a couple more shots do manage to land you, Mad Bro. There's no way you survive this. He is gone from the play zone.
Didn't even want to give the points over to the enemy. Just sacrificed the life. I wish that he had gone for the points for the team in total and just sacrificed at least 1 point to someone else. But unfortunately, they will be knocked out. We only have 5 squads remaining. 14, having all 4 members still alive. They are in a great position, purely based off the numbers.
On the numbers, it's great. But again, Squad 25, the squad I said to look out for after the beginning of the game, and they had a fantastic start. But 14 lands some shots as I'm talking. Squad 25 still alive, but only 3 members remaining and don't have the high ground. So as you were talking about, Magical, I think this is looking like a Squad 14 game.
Unfortunately for Guanzi, it was Ghost who confirmed the kill. So while the shots were there, Ghost was able to swoop in and steal the point away from 14. Still have 5 squads remaining. Looking to see who's going to be able to get the better position. 6, fighting against Zeus. He's all juiced up, already got his energy drinks in, looking for the shots, but has no coverage to be able to work with, especially with 14 behind. Has to be able to move. 14, 2 members are down. You can see Guanzi has to move to be able to save them.
And that's a 3rd member down, Magical. There's only Yuan Z left. He's going to have to move in to save his teammates, but unfortunately, it's looking pretty bad with Squad 25 and Squad 4 waiting for the arrival.
And that was 14, who we just said had the best position based off the man advantage. Well, unfortunately, Caster Curse came into effect.
It happened.
14 only having 2 remaining. Spider might get res, but Panda was able to get the knock. I think confirmed the kill onto Squad 4. 14, bad position. The push coming in. The shots raining down. It's going to be 1 knock coming in for Yuan Z. 4-2 turns it around. 14 are alive, but Spider, oh, you got to get in the zone. I know you want to heal up, but you are so low. There it is. Gets inside, and 14 survive.
And it's exactly what I said, Magical. Squad 14, even though they took a very bad fight to start, are in the top 2 right now against Squad 21.
Guanzi, the savior of 14 is now down. It's just Spider against the world. 21 are pushing in. They're looking for the shots onto the Spider. Creepy crawly, the ghost goes boo, but he could not confirm the kill. He's going to be able to survive with a couple more lives. Got himself back up to near full, looking for some more shots. Doesn't know the exact position of 21. You can tell that Legend
the circle
clearly wants to be able to flank around, and the circle is doing mad damage to Spider. He's not even trying to push in. 21 will take the chicken dinner.
Admittedly, a bit of a passive ending coming out of 14, but man, oh man, that second to last fight was just nutty, Magical. It was out of control. Yuan Z, absolute beast against Squad 25.
That got 14. Even though we did Caster Curse them, I thought they were going to be able to take that purely because they were the only squad with 4 members. Unfortunately, You're the Man went down pretty quickly. Then Yuanzi nearly getting them back into that. It was Brian and You're the Man who fell. Well, Spider was also down on the ground, bleeding out. Yuanzi got the res, got great shots, looked like they were going to be able to turn it around, but unfortunately, Yuanzi then went down afterwards. That allowed 21 to win, even if it was passively. The chicken dinner is a chicken dinner.
Still an absolutely great match to commentate, especially the last 5 squads. Just absolute chaos where everyone converged at the same time. Squad 14 came out on top, but only to be pushed down by Squad 21 at the very end.
That's going to be them getting the 30 points, and every single member had a kill. So when you check out these OnePlus replays, we start off in Camp Charlie, not Boot Camp. We see the madness that it was.
It was just back and forth for the most part. Squad 16, they were able to take down one building. Squad 2, they think they're safe, but they just walk out into bullet fire. There is nothing they can do. There's one last member remaining, and although they managed to get a knock, it's nowhere near enough. Squad 16, dominant performance.
It was crazy, and it almost Squad 2 right there, the last member, pushing up. Looked like maybe they were going to be able to turn it around. It just didn't work out. Squad 16, every single member is still alive. They can heal back up. We jump over to 18. 18, they had the most kills for a long time. In fact, I'm pretty sure even at the end, they as a whole squad had the most kills.
They were doing some real work, and this is the big fight versus Squad 5 for 25, that they were able to just get a massive flank with TR as well as D just pushing forward very aggressively in order to get a lot of early loot, build up their armor, and make it to the top 5, I believe, or top 3 maybe.
No, I think they got top 5. I don't think they got top 3. But that's the thing I was about to mention. You have 18, this squad right here, getting a ton of kills. Squad 25 being the other favorites, getting a ton of kills. Neither of those squads won. Sanhok is such a chaotic map all over the place that the squads that we weren't expecting, 14, who hadn't gotten that many kills, 21, who got a mediocre amount of kills, like it's not like they didn't get any, but they weren't the ones that were really sticking out in our minds to be able to win. Those were the ones that were fighting it out at the end.
It definitely came down, and Desk Legend also getting a lot of sniper shots, which I gotta say on Sanhok, very, very impressive as the tank just rolls around. Ghost managed to get that, but didn't do a whole lot with it. Their team did win, so maybe there's a correlation here.
Is that the second time in a row that yeah, that is. Miramar, the team that got the tank won. Sanhok, the team that got the tank won. There's definitely a correlation. I don't know if it's causation, but it's definitely a correlation.
It's something to look into, Magical. Maybe that vehicle is in fact overpowered. This was the 1v2 where Yuan Z just absolutely carried his team to victory. Alex Spider just tried his best, but unfortunately, nothing you could do with the play zone closing in.
Yeah, and goes for the coward's way out at the end. Didn't want to give up an extra point. But
Whoa!
here, wow!
Whoa!
What is that? Janu, holy crap!
50 points, Magical! That's 20 kills!
20 kills. John, you eviscerated that lobby. That's a massacre.
That, I think, might be the most points I've ever seen, Magical.
I don't know.
20 kills by yourself.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen a 20.
I know we had one last month. I think there was someone who got 50. Maybe they got more, but either way, Janu OP. Oh my goodness. What a round.
That is nuts. Props to you, but we got to move on. We can't just focus on that. We got to look at other stripes. Trent got there a second, but I really want to move on to see the snipers. Bolt team. Wow, that's yeah. All right, it's Sanhok. It's not expected to be that long, but still doing pretty well at 264 meters. That's at least something for Sanhok. I expected it to be closer to the 200 flat.
I mean, it's almost as much as the Erangel longest snipe, which I believe was at 275 or 276. So pretty darn good considering how small the map is.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I'm impressed for Sanhok to be able to get that long of a sniper kill, but I want to see how many assists you're able to get. It is going to be Fez sitting there at the top, was in the top board last time. It's going to be alone this time at 7.
Definitely a lot of assists, the same number that we had on Miramar, so really a lot of team play coming out and very, very well played by Fez.
By the way, you see Angry Boy sitting way down there towards the bottom at 13th place, tied with 2. We didn't see him on top dogs. We didn't see them anywhere there. So we'll see how the points are going to change in a bit. But we get to see Thicky again at the top of track stars. Of course, on Sanhok. Don't expect it to be that high. It's not a very big map to be able to run around. So having even almost 6,000 is impressive.
It's definitely something to shoot for, and Thicky just has the strategy down. I don't know what he's been doing exactly, but it's running around, and however he's running around.
That's what he's been doing.
Good cardio. Good form of exercise as we look at the track stars. Let's take a look at the medics, though, because I want to see how much healing's been done. Sachin, unsurprisingly, top of the leaderboard.
But not breaking that 1K again.
Nope.
We didn't see it talking last time. This time at 800, a lot of healing, but not able to break that 1K again. So still going to be able to take that stripe, at least for now, be doing well as we get ready to go into our 4th round and see how all that is. I'd like to see how the overall leaderboard, despite the fact that Angry Boy wasn't our top dog that time, still is towards the top at 86 points, 11 points now ahead of Devum. 3 points behind that. This is a big lead for Angry Boy. If Angry Boy can get even just second place, like 3rd or 2nd place, I think it's fine. Going to be able to retain that victory unless you have another round where you have that 50 points that came in from one person.
It could happen once again, but honestly, things can change so quickly, Magical. Angry Boy All it takes is one bad match, and suddenly you are out of first place. We have 1 round left to go, and it's on Vikendi. If Angry Boy can hold on to his lead, easy peasy, but there's not a guarantee yet that it's going to happen. Anything could happen magical. Someone could get the magical 50 points. Someone could get the 53 point that I believe is the highest ever recorded on our community nights.
53 points. That is a lot of points for 1 round. It is possible. Like I said, 86 points now. The top dog after 3 rounds. That is a lot of points. But if you can manage 50 points in 1 round, if you can do that twice, you're already at 100. And that alone might be able to take it, especially if Angry Boy doesn't do so well in Vikendi.
Could be the case. I'm very curious to see what happens because this round 4, it's pretty much chaos. I feel like we've seen a lot of Sanhok. We know Erangel pretty well. We know how the flow of the game is, but Vikendi, it changes every single time, man. Like we've seen the mountain fights. We've seen the urban warfare. It just depends on where the circle lands.
But with that, we should toss it a break so that way we can get into round 4 and we can go to the snowy peaks of Vikendi. We'll be right back.
My name is Alan, and I am Vegas King. Been playing PUBG now for over 15 months. It's the community night hosted by Super League Gaming and Dave Busters. Just excited to see what happens with this. PUBG Mobile is one of those games that you can play anywhere. It's accessible to everyone. It's more unifying than any other platform I've been on in terms of gaming. One of my teammates, Zenly, we have a lot of experience working on our dynamics, working on our strategies, our tactics. I'm not about getting the solo dub. I like the feeling of having that synergy with my team and using that to overcome the opposition. The way that you synergize with your team, the strats that you just do second nature because you guys know each other and how each other play, that's what makes a team amazing. There are a lot of pro teams out there. If you look at the individual players, they're not that remarkable, but if you look at the things that those teams do, you're just blown away, and it's because of their teamwork. Community in PUBG Mobile is everything to me. I had no interest when I started playing PUBG Mobile and being involved in anything more because I didn't think there was anything more. I made some friends online. We started a little clan together. I created a server for my team. I ended up just getting really excited about meeting all these people from all walks of life and doing things in PUBG Mobile that I did not think were possible before I got involved in the PUBG Mobile community. This OnePlus phone, this is the phone I got into streaming with. I've always loved OnePlus. That's why when I decided to get another phone, I didn't look at any other brands. I see that OnePlus is doing amazing things with their hardware and with their software. Probably the best gaming phone I've ever had. This is like the best night I've had like of this year. I'm gonna go home, go on stream, and be like, OnePlus gave me a phone. I just want to say to Super League, this has been actually an amazing night. I'm looking forward to all the awesome stuff you're gonna start doing in the PUBG Mobile community in the future. Thanks for hooking it up with OnePlus. You guys actually rock.
phone, the OnePlus 8.
Oh, this thing feels so good.
It's basically like I'm playing on smooth graphic. This looks like PC PUBG right here.
Glides like butter. True 120 hertz gameplay.
You're insane.
Welcome back. We are almost ready for our final round of the night for PUBG Mobile Community Nights, brought to you by OnePlus. We're about to get on to Vikendi, Sam, and I am excited. I don't know about you, but I am ready to see what happens on the snow map.
Magical. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you.
Okay.
I am extremely excited right now. Vikendi is just so much chaos, and there's so much that can happen on this map. You get such a variety of environments. And also the fact that it's snowy means I get to imagine that I'm in a much cooler place than I am right now.
That would be nice. That would be very nice. Well, we'll find out soon how nice that is, because we are ready to get into round 4. We are hopping into Vikendi. Ooh, nice and snowy. Definitely, I'm already feeling cooled off now. I don't know about you, but it's already feeling pretty nice.
Yeah, my apartment no longer feels like it's 95 degrees. It feels like a balmy 94.
Oh, you see, you're inside of a room. I'm in a garage. It is
True.
hot. And right now we are seeing where the drop is very, very southern. Going west, east to west. And this is probably the most southern and most lopsided plane that we have seen all night.
Could very well be the case. Let's see how much the drops diversify based on that. Looks like Wise one of our great returners, coming out with Young Glaz and Young Shared. On Squad 8, looking to drop more centralized. Curious to see whether or not they commit to that, or if they pull off, depending on how much opposition they find themselves near.
You see the Lit Twins here. Both of them going to be rejoining. We've seen a lot of them tonight. We haven't seen them a lot in the community nights before, but seeing them many times, and hopefully going to be able to replicate success coming in here on the Vikendi. Looks like they're going to go just try to take some of that mountaintop loot, get themselves pretty nice off the mountain. What is it, Kresnik? I think that's how you say it. I always mess up. I'm so bad at pronunciation, so I'm pretty sure that that's the mountain. That is where they're going to aim for. It doesn't look like there's a single other squad nearby. Like I said, very southern plain. So this is a long drop they had to opt for in order just to get towards the base of the mountain.
Unfortunately, not going to be able to immediately pick up weapons, but that is A-okay, as it looks like they are alone on Mount Kresnik, or at least at the summit of Mount Kresnik, and will be safe as the first bloods are already coming across. You can see it on the kill feed. It is back and forth inside the cities as we switch on over to the action. Squad 17 versus Squad 4.
Milton having the S12, looking to see if he can push in. This is a great early weapon. I love grabbing the S12 when in this urban warfare, when looking for these early kills, trying to see if he can hunt out and fish out Squad 4, but needs a little bit better loot. Having only the level 1 helmet and vest isn't going to help out, as Escobar gone for a bit of a chilly swim.
I don't know how helpful that is for the rest of his team. I feel like, yes, you're going to be able to get the surround onto Squad 4 eventually, but if the fighting starts soon, then you're going to be in a 1v4 situation in a way you do not want to be.
Also, it's very cold. It's very cold. The
Whoa,
swim in that.
circle.
I mean, wow. Not only did we have an absolutely southern drop, we have an absolutely southern circle. Alejandro was able to get a couple of shots onto Squad 4, but not able to get too much damage on the Zyphar, who's sitting up there on the second floor. Has to be careful of Spectro, who's trying to flank around onto Alejandro. Should be fine at the moment. Saw peek. Ooh, there it is. Going to be able to get a couple shots onto Squad 4, but dips into a house. Afraid of getting flanked. Wants to be able to flank Squad 4 instead, but has no idea. Has lost him. There come the shots. Was able to turn around, get the drop, and execute the kill.
Very well played by Squad 17. Alejandro going for another one. Mike Uzi out. This is the right weapon for this time. Squad 4 forced to inside the building, but for the moment, they are safe. And Squad 17 continues to circle like the sharks they are.
Alejandro still hasn't even healed. Has been taken so low. Has even a med kit. Could fully heal up if he wanted to, but hasn't. Instead, wants to continue the fight. Wants to be able to find the micro Uzi. There's a Molotov on the first floor, so he could not push into the house just yet. Instead, going to be able to res Milton inside this house. Says, all right, let's get the team and then look for the kills.
And look at that, a vehicle ready and waiting in case Alejandro wants to take that. But for the moment, the res is going to be enough. And I imagine Squad 17 just wants to keep moving on into Squad 4.
Diego also having a micro Uzi. I mean, you mentioned the car, and now I just can't help but think, does the car actually have chains on it? And if it doesn't, how realistic is it then when you drive on like ice and snow? Is it going to slip away and not be controllable?
Here's my question, Magical. How can cars exist in this world when there are grenades and bullets flying constantly? You would think that the tires would be out within 2 or 3 shots and they would be completely worthless to the average driver. But you know what? Most of these squads seem to make it work, so I'm not going to question it.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. Then again, it's not like it's a real world, and this is more like what's that word? A video game. That's what it's called, a video game.
Oh, you're right.
So, if anything, this is not reality, is what I'm trying to say. This
Correct.
is made up by pixels and technology that don't actually exist except in pretty much our perceived mind. But now we're just getting philosophical on that. And yeah, what is even real? Are you and I even real at that point?
I think the pixels themselves are real, because otherwise, what would we be looking at? The pixels, they change colors, but that's about all they do.
Right. I mean, there are only 3 colors if you actually think about it. It's red,
That's true.
green, and blue. So.
Well, not to brag, Magical, but mine also has purple.
You know, actually, purple isn't a real color. That's actually something that our minds make up, and it doesn't exist anywhere. It's our minds can't comprehend it, that there's this gap in the color spectrum. So purple doesn't actually exist on a light spectrum.
What
I
about
watched a whole
ultraviolet?
video about color and color theory. And in fact, like, red, blue, and yellow aren't even the primary colors. You can actually make them from other colors. The true primary colors, hold on, the spectra, almost was able to take down Diego. But the 3 primary colors are actually magenta, cyan, and yellow.
I feel like I've heard that before. I'm not sure where, but that sounds accurate, and I don't know enough about colors to disprove it.
Well, the thing is, look at printers. Look at what colors printers use. Those are the 3 colors.
Oh my god.
Right.
You're
So
absolutely
we've been
right.
lied to our whole lives. All right, Spectre.
Isn't Cyan the capital of Wyoming?
Jump down and say hello there. Spectro, I believe in you. Jump down and
I
say
bet he's
hello
not
there.
expecting this.
Right. And then if Diego doesn't respond with General Kenobi, then you just blast him. Started blasting.
Well, looks like the blasting gonna commence in just a second here. Nice jump down. Not gonna get the knock. Unlucky.
Oh, it wasn't able to get it then, but then turned around and was able to get it onto Diego. Should be able to finish off the kill, but they gotta be careful. They almost got flanked by Squad 17. They will be able to finish off the kill. It was Zypher who got credit for it, but Diego just did not expect Spectro to go for the move.
And look at these 2 teams. Squad 17 and Squad 4 are by themselves in the bottom left near Milnar. There is no one for miles. So if this fight finishes soon, there's just going to be free time for the winning team.
You know what's really important, though? Look what's at the center of the circle. Dino Park. We have never been able to see that in our community nights, and we will, hopefully, knock on wood, be able to tonight.
Well, we'll have to see, because I feel like just saying it is a caster curse. Until then, though, I'm still looking forward to it, and hopefully it'll happen as the vehicle drives up in Squad 15, just kind of exploring around.
I like that we get to watch Snowback on the snowy mountain. You know? It's actually nice to be able to see the name match the scenery.
Yep. Definitely a useful little trick, as we do see Bubba going to be able to pick up some stuff. He does have a Car 98, so is able to do the long range, as well as another weapon for the short range. So definitely good stuff.
G36. I had to make sure, because I was like, that one's one of the newer ones. It's the G36 that he has. We've seen a couple of them. I think it's Vikendi that mostly has it right now. Julius? No, it's that Squad 12 are nearby teams there on the outskirts. Gonna throw a couple of smoke grenades to try to be able to push out. All the members are bleeding out. So going for the shots. Was able to get the knock onto teams, but I think there's another member. It was Shipper right here. Took out Squad 18. We'll be able to res teams and keep them going.
And with that, Squad 12 wins a very important fight and also gains some time for themselves, because it looks like there's no one else nearby. They are towards the outside of the circle and have all the time in the world to really loot up and feel comfortable moving forward as the game goes on. There it is, the nice shot of Dino Park. There's some dinosaurs. No expense has been spared.
Thank you. I love this. I love this. This is a beautiful angle. We get to see all of it. And now we get to see a fight. 25 and 23. Almost everyone is bleeding out. You got Hit and Run and Evil. The two still up on their feet, trying to push into squad 23. JP, being the sole survivor, I think was able to get the res onto Smash. They're trying to see if they can hit and run with Hit and Run. Looking for the flank onto JP. JP was able to get the knock onto Evil, but Evil not going to be able to help out, especially when JP takes down Hit and Run and takes the victory of Dino Park.
Clever girl, JP47 able to win that one out, winning himself a lot of time. And the whole squad that was in such dire straits buys time and are able to heal up. That's going to be huge moving forward in this game.
Look at that, 2 and 5. They are in a vehicle chase right now. They drove right past 23. Had they been any wiser, they could have easily shown up. Everybody really low on 23. They were not in a position to be able to fight, and they could have killed off 23. A little bit of luck and a little bit of patience works out for 23 in the end.
Definitely some chaos theory working in their favor. Squad 5, they drive by, but not close enough. So Squad 23 is able to take up some positions, and they'll be ready to fight back.
They're going to be able to loot up as well, get themselves topped off, do well. You can see JP having the barrel there. It'll be fine as we get to take a look at our leaderboard right now. It's Shipper for Squad 12 at the top. Oh, man, 5 and 2, the ones in the car chase. Already getting the fight. Lana looking to see if they can execute the kill. Going to be able to get one, but they're going to be able to get the knock. Even though Lana had the bison out, it's not going to be able to help, especially with Woodle up there on the top floor, looking to see if they can get the flank. Breezy as well, holding up strong, trying to get the reses that they need to. 2 members are bleeding out for Squad 5. Nick Singh looking for the shots, but not able to get Buck. Buck was able to dip around, stay safe, and might even be able to res up Tuma.
Singh going to be able to just res for the moment. Hopefully they have the healing items to keep this squad alive. Looks like Durham also has very low health, so they do need to take the time. It looks like Squad 2 also going to be using that time to heal up, as they do have the lower health bars, but Nick Singh says, we're done. We're good enough to go forward.
I don't even think they realize that Nick has pushed this far up. Here come the rest of the members of Squad 5. Woodle still in the attic, still looking for the push. They take down Buck and they execute the kill. 1 member gone, only 2 remain for 2, and both of them are inside the attic, trying to see if they can utilize this little room. The push comes in, darn, the first one to get knocked down, but they're going to be able to get the kill, and they are looking to execute to 1 member surviving. That's not going to last too much longer for Tuma. Finally is gone, even with 2 members crawling on the ground for 5. It was not enough.
You absolutely take those victories if you're Squad 5. Yes, Nick Singh pushed a little bit aggressively, but when you have that much backup, that's the play that you need to make. The third-person perspective certainly making a difference. And speaking of making a difference, Shipper on Squad 12 making a pretty large impact in the game, having 7 kills already.
Looking to try to see if they can break that 50. Maybe even break the 53 that you were talking about, being our record that we've seen at most points per a round. Could happen right now. If they just funnel all the kills into Shipper, maybe. Right now, I'm seeing taking a couple shots at Woo Blue, taken down by the G36 from a good range away as well. Not really the best weapon for this far, but if you're able to land enough shots, you could always get a knock.
There's always a possibility of Squad 13. They have, we keep talking about it because it keeps being an issue, the high ground. Ranger 808, we saw him in round 2, might be able to get a couple of smokes and res his teammate. But if he goes too early, Squad 20 is going to take him out instantly.
So I find Woo Blue is actually just crawling, trying to make sure that they can utilize the smokes that way. So even if they lose a Woo Blue who's crawling, is bleeding out, the shots go down onto that person, you're not sacrificing 2 for the price of 1. It's just the 1. But a Woo was able to crawl all the way to Ranger. Ranger going to be able to get the res, keep 13 fully topped off with their members because they only had 3 to begin with.
And that's going to be very helpful to have every single member. Hopefully they know where the shots are at this point. Otherwise, they're going to be in some trouble. And utilize their high ground. We take a look at the map one more time. It does still look like Dino Park is there, but Squad 7 is the only squad anywhere close.
Yes, keep Dino Park in. Dipper fighting against 16. Was able to get a couple shots, but not able to get another knock. Not going to be able to get the 8th kill. Has the dinner pan out for a second. I was like, wait, what are you going to do with that? All right, Shipper still looking, trying to go for the push. Looking to see if he can find Proud. Proud is right there inside of the house. has the submachine gun, looks for the shots, proud.
Nice.
Finally gets knocked down, but it's Cheems who got the knock. They give the kill still to Shipper, so that is going to be 8 kills in total for Shipper. Still looking for the push, trying to get inside the house, looking for more, sees the members and mows them down. That's what you like to see coming in from this squad, getting 8 kills onto 1 member, looking for that coveted 50.
And that was Cheems actually throwing a really nice grenade inside of that room because the knock came from that. Shipper also helping out so much with the bullet damage, and ultimately Squad 12 able to really pull that one out after some nice combat inside the house.
MP5s work very similarly to a micro Uzi, especially in those tight corridors where you're able to spray and pray. Does a lot of damage at close range. 8 kills now for Shipper. James actually got the credit for 2 of them, so not going to be able to funnel every kill into the 1 member, but they still remain at the top right now with 10 total kills for the team.
And the circle closes once again. It looks like there are still quite a few squads that are hovering towards the outside. Dino Park still safe. Looks like Squad 3 had moved in there, but let's take a look at Squad 20. Still fighting out against Squad 13 after a pretty prolonged engage.
Yeah, but it looks like Squad 13, for the most part, have just stayed on their own hill, not really wanting to breach the city. Instead, holding up, staying safe. It's 20 who have to move. They're the furthest outside of the circle. Well, that circle was very interesting because there was a good portion of it over the ocean. That's why when you see the next closing in of the circle, it's not really taking very much land out. It was taking more of the ocean space away.
So this next one's going to be pretty impactful as we look at Squad 10 and Squad 6 just outside of each other. Squad 23 as well going to be fighting against 12 and 9 who are currently in combat, and it looks like Squad 9 comes out on top against 12.
23 might be just waiting to play spoiler. Try to take away some of the kills. Whoever survives, they clean up. Could work out for them, especially because you are playing for points, you're playing for position as well. This being the last round, it all matters here. You want to be able to beat Angry Boy. Cheems gets knocked down by Ren. Shipper, one with the most kills, looking for the shots, but Ren is going to be able to stop the raw rampage of Shipper, and there it goes. They have been eliminated.
And with that, the hope for the 50-point are going to be completely eliminated unless someone else in this game just goes completely bonkers in the back half as we are down to the top 12 teams, 42 members left alive, as it looks like the Avengers are on the scoreboard, doing a little bit of action and cleanup against the forces of evil.
Oh, but the Lit Twins still fighting against them, was able to get a knock onto Thor. We keep our eyes on 20 and 22. Bernetti looking for the push onto Chavez. Knows he's right behind this rock, and it's heavily damaged, but didn't realize Taker was there as well. That is 2 members now. 420 bleeding out. Rakesh has to be able to push up and help out the team. Taker making sure that's not going to be able to happen, but we jump over to Squad 10, who are fighting with Squad 6, who are held up inside of the houses. It would be a good grenade coming in from Zoro. He wants to be able to stop them from being able to get the reses off.
Trying to get the mark of the Z inside, but does he have the grenades? If so, he might be able to chuck a pretty darn good one. It looks like the cooking is coming through, but that's just a smoke. Nothing too important. Squad 10 in the meanwhile, just trying to give backup from a little bit of distance. They're not going to be able to get the squad down in time. I feel like this is a mistake.
Has a Molotov. Could provide a little bit of heat. It's cold out there. It's cold in the winter. If you're able to get the Molotov inside of the building, would help them out, but we jump back over to 22 and 20. The shot's coming in from Taker, but gets knocked down. Same with you, Mad Bro. 20 beating out 22 just by the skin of their teeth.
And with that, Squad 20 gets positioned on the outside of the circle. Very important to get at this point as we are closing into round 3. Squad 6 is making a move.
What was that jump? They were in sync, coordinated, but unfortunately, Zoro, you talked about putting the Z mark on the wall. Well, he does that just thoroughly. Was able to take 2 members of 6 out. They have to push in. Thor looking to see if they can take out the other member of the Lit Twins. Lit TR behind the wall. Thor going to take a little bit of damage coming in from the circle, but the wall not really protecting him for now. Even with the AKM, the shot's coming in, waiting to see if he can keep him pinned, but he couldn't for long enough. Had to try to jump over the wall, but could not make it. Lit TR, make sure that he is knocked down.
And with that, we swap on over to Squad 9, fighting against Squad 5. It looks like Andy does have the high ground versus Nick Singh, who we saw earlier in this match, just popping off. Looks like Mystique Ayushi does have the ghillie suit. We'll be able to get a little bit of cover with that. Hopefully it's enough to take out Squad 5, but honestly, high ground doesn't mean everything.
Oof. Andy crashing into a log there. not really working out the best. Has a couple shots, took them, but we jump over the map to see exactly where it's going. Back to Andy to see how he's going to be able to deal with Squad 5.
Wait a minute, I know this mountain magical. This is where the finals were last time.
It looked similar, but you'd be mistaken. That was over by the Lumberyard. This is by Dino Park. The shots onto Lana. Andy going to be able to get the knock. I think it was Rend actually stealing away that kill. No, wow, someone completely different. Suso was able to get that.
And with that, we are closing in on round 4. Squad 10 are the only, and Squad 20, I guess, are the only 2 squads that are outside the circle. They're going to have to get moving pretty darn fast as the circle continues to close in. And Squad 7 is going to be waiting with open arms.
At least that is what they're going to be hoping for. You can see Squad 3 at the Dino Park, but everyone else is corralled around that crate, trying to see if they can fight over that. 15, they've moved towards this mountain where everyone else is. Squad 9, trying to see if they can protect the crate themselves. The shots coming in from Kareem, not going to be able to connect those on to Rend. Rend is going to continue his way up the mountain.
And with that, Kareem going to be able to stay safe for the moment. His whole team is looking pretty darn healthy, so if he survives and holds out, this might just be a very good omen for a top 5 for this team.
At least that's what you're hoping for. You're hoping they can at least continue to push up, get a good position, but we jump over to Squad 10, 7, and 3, all nearby Dino Park. Keep that in mind. Cap sees 7. I Hate jumps out. The Cap not realizing it. Wow, he still gets the knock. Was able to pull it out of nowhere. Thor helping him out. They should be able to confirm the kill with the help of the Micro Uzi. The other members of Squad 7 continue to hold up inside of the house.
Ooh, and right there, that's why you like to see the Squad 10 succeeding. They were able to move in very coordinated. You can see how closely that they're moving in. Now they're separating to get coverage of both doors, and maybe Squad 7's in a lot more trouble than they want to be. Thor moves in, gets a couple shots, and that's going to be a knock.
Do they know that I Hate is right there on the other side of the hearth? They didn't even push up past it. I Hate playing patiently, but Sniper Legend was there, gets knocked down, gets killed off. Only one member remaining of Squad 7, and unfortunately, he wasn't able to take anybody with him.
Well, they might not be able to save everyone, but they'll be damn sure to avenge them as Squad 10 able to get a couple more kills for themselves and pick up the loot, so they're looking pretty darn good at this point in the game.
Darn, it's not centering around Dino Park.
No, can't happen.
At least it's close. At least it's close enough. We got to see it. I'm happy. I'll take my wins. I'll take my wins where I
big
can.
shout out to our observers who were able to get that sick overhead shot.
Beautiful observers, XT and Eric. Make sure you're giving a lot of love to them. They've been doing great work for us tonight, as always. We always appreciate having them here as we get to see Squad 23, JP, trying to work his way up, get these points. Again, another veteran of our community nights that we've seen many times. Same with Codex Gaming right there. We've seen both these players constantly battle it out. They love playing PUBG Mobile. I can't say I blame them.
And we take a look back at Squad 10. It looks like Cap has gone down, and Thor is saying, no, I don't think I will, as he continues to fire shots at Squad 3 and gets 2 knocks. What a champion.
Jake on top of the roof, right at Dino Park. Here's the push coming in from Thor. He is able to duck on the street, tries to get the shots back onto Jake, but he's not able to get the knockdown just yet. 2 members bleeding out. It's his teammate, Zoro, killing them off at Dino Park, and they can have their fun at the amusement park.
All right, it looks like they will be able to get to the Savage Lands. That's a bit of a throwback for those of you comic book fans out there, and they do find themselves some loot. So very good fight coming out of Squad 10. They continue to push their way forward in this game.
We saw a fight at Dino Park. I'm so happy. I couldn't be happier.
We did it.
Bumpy was able to get the knock, has to turn around because there was an attempted push coming in from Squad 4, but it just did not go as planned. They continue to push in Squad 4, only having Ninja and Zyphar hold up in here, and that could be a Molotov that forced them out of the attic.
And that Molotov was deadly. You could see that Ninja is burning down his teammate. Also, Zafar, no!
Nice.
Just barely enough to kill him.
What a Molly coming in. We've seen so many good use of the Molotov cocktails here on Vikendi, and that's just another to add to the highlight reel. Only Ninja surviving just barely. Saw his teammate on fire, and there was nothing he could do.
And with that, Squad 20, they're in a very good position here at the western end of the circle, fighting against only one member of Squad 4. They just need to push into this building, and they are good to go, but Squad 15 waits in the wings.
They're held up, but they got to be careful. Squad 13 nearby. They're still fighting out against them. And Squad 10, we have seen quite a number of times. This is their best performance by far.
Yeah, they are just completely tearing across like a team of superheroes as we see Squad 13 getting shots onto Squad 15. That's going to be a knock against Snowback.
Nicely done. Should be the executed kill coming in from US Ranger as well. Trying to see if they can continue to push up. 13, got to be careful. 15 are nearby. They're taking the shots onto Ranger. Ranger almost getting knocked down. Barely able to get onto the other side of the wall to be able to survive.
And Bubba X going to be reloading. Looks like there's one member of Squad 13 waiting outside. Doesn't land the shots yet.
Oh, Woo Blue goes down to Bubba's mom. We're going to be able to push up, and I think that's another member gone. 15 only having 2. There it is. Executing. Woo Blue winning. US Ranger is the solo member of 13 alive. Bubba and Bubba's mom trying to see if they can hold on to the family name and keep themselves alive. Keep it going. There's 7 squads still remaining.
And they do have to keep their heads on a swivel as they continue to look around the south end of Dino Park. It looks like Ranger is staying on the north end of that fence, making it very difficult to land shots. Ranger, though, I think he sees his opposition, so he knows exactly where to look.
Well, look at the circle. He's still outside of it. He's got to push towards Bubba and Bubba's mom to be able to get there. Squad 9 have all the members behind that. Squad 20 keeping Ninja pushed outside of the circle as well. This is devastating for the members that only have 1 member remaining.
And Squad 10, I think they're still alive somewhere outside the circle, but it is closing in, and they're going to run into someone regardless of what they want to do.
All the way over there, you can see them still working their way towards it. And Squad 9, they've got the position on this mountain. You mentioned before how it looked like a place we've seen in the past, where it's been a final circle before, but that's just the mountains. That's the mountains, how they work.
That's
sometimes
true.
You always got to work with these slopes, these cliffs, and sometimes they do look similar, but it's a completely different map. It's a nice shot comes in from Vomsi. Andy, who was trying to snipe, got sniped back.
And with that, Zoro going to be moving around, trying to keep his remaining teammate alive. They have to play this one so smart against Squad 15. Even though the numbers are even, Squad 15 has had a lot more time in this area.
Yeah, they've been able to hold themselves tight in these houses, not really moving too far out. Squad 9, they've got position on top of the cliffs. Here comes the push in from Zoro. He's got to be careful of Bubba's mom. If you're going to jump through the window, that might just be death. There's Bubba's mom. The shot coming in from Zoro. Micro Uzi, not enough. Needs to be able to heal. They got to be careful because Bubba's mom is looking for the push. The push is not good enough from Bubba's mom, and Bubba didn't even realize that his mom was gone, and Zoro takes them out.
With his trademark 3-gun style, Zoro was able to take out 2 enemies of Squad 15. One of them wasn't even looking at him. Incredible play by Squad 10.
Bubba was so focused on US Ranger that he forgot about what was happening behind him. Bubba's mom knocked down, and that means Zoro easily is able to capitalize on Bubba not paying attention.
And with that, Thor and Zoro trying to push forward as we jump on over to Squad 23. The veterans, what a spot!
Wow.
Wow.
JP. Wow.
Wow.
Look at that. That's like...
That is a person's
I'm
whip.
impressed. I'm impressed.
I don't know how he found the spot, but he did it.
I'm just impressed.
It'd be more impressive if there was a reason to stay there, but there's no one in the area, so there's no advantage to being in that spot. Either way,
like nowhere
very
near
cool.
the next circle too, so he has to move, but I'm still impressed.
Very impressive as Squad 9 fights against Squad 20. It looks like the 4-man, still very healthy, are in a great spot in the top 6. They just need to push forward and not lose any members at this point, because either of these squads losing a member is devastating.
Yeah, Suso has gotten a couple kills for the team, keeping them alive. We have Andy, who got knocked down by Garnetti. So at least one member not going to be quite as healthy for Squad 9, even though they still have all 4 members up. Andy probably could get res, but that's the member with the keep in mind. That's the one with the sniper that can take out more, and Garnetti was able to get a snipe with an M4.
Vamsy going to be able to pick up a little bit inside the building. Good cover for him, by the way, and Squad 20 in general just has a great position inside the circle, especially against Squad 4, who has just been trapped inside one building for what feels like the last 20 minutes.
Oh no, Zoro, wrong way, wrong way! You were able to get the kill on Bubba because he was looking the wrong way. Well, the same thing happened to you. Karma, it's a bitch.
Well, now we have to watch out for Thor, the last remaining member of Squad 10. He's going to have to find his way in here, and if he gets a little too close, it will kill him. Squad 23, they see that their shot's going down. They are staying passive. Definitely the right call at this point in the game.
Thor got spotted out by JP, 23, waiting for their push. They want to make sure they take away any possibility that they can be flanked. They know Thor is up there on top of this hill. They can take him out. They can push in to 9. Andy was rezzed, but he's still pretty hurt in this entire fight, while 20 are keeping the rest of the members of 9 pinned.
Well, 3 squads left with 4 members left alive. There are 13 people total, Magical. Let's do some math here. How much luck does Thor need to win this one out?
Well, seeing as they know where his position is and he's running past in vision of 23, he's got to hope that Andy takes out 23 completely and then 20 and 9 just kill each other. And so that way he can just kill everyone else. That's the plan right there. Rakesh looking for the flank onto Andy. Andy's gone. Might make it a little bit easier, but this is what I was talking about. Thor,
that's a shame.
They knew where he was the entire time. JP's like, all right, enough of this. Enough of the shenanigans. We don't want any more Marvel movies around here. And Thor is gone, meaning 23 can continue to push.
Fun fact, Thor is part of 2 of the worst movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Thor 2, Thor 1?
And Thor 1. That's right, hot take.
I didn't like Thor 1 either, so I'm with you there.
But Thor 2 is universally reviled as pretty bad.
But Ragnarok was a baller.
Ragnarok was great. Fantastic.
That was one of my favorites. All right, so let's see what's going to happen here. Is it going to be Ragnarok, or we're going to have non-stop war between these 3 squads that are nearly fully up? Well, Suso takes a grenade to the face, so that's going to make it a little bit more difficult for Squad 9.
And with that, the 3 squads, I should say, with 4 members left alive are in very much danger from Squad 23, who's throwing grenades. These Molotovs are going to be big.
Oh my goodness, that's burning them too! That's the kill on a Suso. See, Andy not able to fight back against 23. Smash was able to take him down, but you gotta be careful of what's on top of the rocks. 20 are still there. JP looking for the push. Gotta be careful of Bombsy, who's behind the tree. Codex is giving him a little bit of vision, knowing where he's at. Gotta get the shots onto him. You got the barrel out. You got the flank on Bombsy, but he hasn't killed it. There it is, finally. JP takes him down. 23 of 3 members still going strong, trying to see if they can find the last member of Squad 9.
Well, 3 members going strong. One of them not so much. Codex Gaming is very close to dead and will likely fall here. That's going to be the end. Oh, no, actually, he got the res. Very good timing out of Squad 23 as Squad 9, excuse me, 1 member left alive. Going to be camping this rock. Hopefully it's enough. It might be.
One's down. Ren, can you pull off the miracle? He can't do it. 23, they pick up the victory.
Oh, man, what a fight coming out of all 3 of those final squads. It was absolute chaos in that forest. I had no idea what was going on.
It was difficult to see because there was so much fighting, so much gunfire. There were smokes everywhere. But 23, they were the kings of the mayhem, kings of Ragnarok. JP especially with 7 kills, gonna have 37 points in the final round of the night.
7 kills, not too bad. Again, not record-shattering by any stretch of imagination, but still a darn good game of PUBG Mobile, so definitely something to be proud of considering JP wasn't really on the leaderboard this week.
No, was definitely someone that we expected to see more of, and unfortunately, early rounds did not go the way that they wanted to, but we get to check out the OnePlus replays, the final time of the night. It starts off in Miramar, 17 against 4. It was the ring around the rosy there for a while.
And the jump down from a Spectre, able to get a lot of damage down, a little quick, cheeky reload, and that'll be the knock. So really well played by Squad 4.
Well played by them at first, and here, Julius, it looked like he was going to be able to stop the mayhem that is Squad 12, but Shipper was just getting started. Started his rampage, I think he had a total of 8 kills there by the end before he got stopped, but it was well done by them, and so we get to see 23 got a couple kills there early on.
And this was Squad 5 versus Squad 2, a very close match, which resulted in Squad 2 getting eliminated by this nice push coming in from 5.
It almost looked like it could have fallen apart. Unfortunate for them, because Darum gets taken down. Nick Singh, he tries to push in here, but the fact that they had the man advantage, that's what allowed them to be able to win there, even though it could have been a lot worse.
And this was Shipper. We saw him just topping the leaderboard in terms of kills, just 7 in a row. I believe he had 8 total at the end of the game, but unfortunately, they push a little too far. Not here, but eventually. And that's what ultimately causes them to not get that top dog for the match.
I'm sure we'll see it later. I'm sure we're going to see exactly when that happens. I think that's right here, where Ren was the one to stop them. Ren being the last surviving member that wasn't a part of 23 as well.
It was definitely a very well played fight by Squad 9 and Ren just taking on a 1v4. This was the confusing jump. This is where Zoro just kind of mows down these 2 members of Squad 6. Very unfortunate play coming out of that squad.
But see, the thing is, Squad 10, who had struggled before, were able to find a bit of their stride. Cap had help there. Thor was there to flank and get the kill on the I-Hate, but they were able to then push into Squad 7 inside of the house to then take the control right here outside of Dino Park.
And with that, Squad 7 went down, and this was very coordinated. I have to say, this more than any other play that we saw today, just pure coordination. Get inside the building, take the rooms one by one, take the angles that you need. Look at Thor hiding right here while his teammate runs in. I believe that's Cap, just running in and getting the target down while the reload was happening.
This play at Dino Park against Squad 3, one of my favorites, just because we got to see Dino Park. But you got to love this. He runs across the street. I thought he was dead, but he got just down in time. Barely away from Jake, and his teammates were able to figure out where Jake was on top of that roof to be able to help out. He wanted to spot Thor, but because he was so focused on Thor, he forgot about Zoro.
And that's just what leads some squads to demise as we look at Squad 20 versus Squad 4. Just very good execution on this high ground, able to utilize the fact that 2 members of Squad 4 were stuck inside, and then a Molotov grenade that just completely ruins the side of Squad 4.
Beautiful grenade. As I first thought he was going to be able to get rezzed by Ninja, but that Molotov said, no way, Jose. Ninja nearly got burned as well. So being able to take that problem out, being able to make it so that it's only Ninja that you have to worry about on your flank was nice. Here, Zoro pushes up against Bubba's mom, and Bubba, look at this, completely focused on Ranger, not paying attention behind him.
And that's just what happens when you get those flanks. Zoro able to play that one out extremely well. Thor also there for the backup. This is a replay of nothing happening, but it's great.
Just how? That is so lucky.
Incredible. And he does a little cough emote, which makes it even better.
Oh, here's the mayhem. Here's where chaos ensued. And it is hard to tell exactly what's happening.
It's just a constant battle between all 3 of the squads that are full members. They know that the Molotov is down from Squad 23, so there's really nothing the other 2 squads can do. They were stuck in battle for so long, they weren't expecting the spoiler quite yet. And so when JP and the boys show up, it is a bad time for Squad 20.
Really is for them. And this is where I gotta give credit over to 23. They pushed in perfectly. 20 and 9 were focused so heavily on each other that 23 jump in and are able to shoot everyone in front of them to get these kills. Only Ren had survived. He got a great knock at the end, but there's only so much you can do when you're 1v4.
Well, let's take a look at the top dogs from that round, and look at that number 2 spot, Magical.
I see it.
There he is.
That is guaranteed. He is going to be the top dog.
But this was another round where there wasn't really a super carry person. The highest score that we have is 37, and that only means 7 kills total. So really no one going out of control. The only person this week was Angry Boy at that 50 kill for one round.
No. It wasn't Angry Boy who had that. Angry Boy had 43. It was someone else who had the 50. That's where it almost seemed like Angry Boy was going to get usurped there. I thought that someone else was going to be able to take it away from Angry Boy. But it doesn't matter. Was able to get enough first place and stay at the top long enough that even with that one person getting 50, is going to be able to get the overall top dogs. But this is Snipers. Pretty far distance for Vikendi, which is a pretty small map.
Yep, 304. Again, still more than we saw in Erangel. So very impressive anytime that happens on a smaller map. Well done by Devin.
Devin going to do well. And you can see FaZe way there below. We're going to look at the support. 7 again. Lots of 7s. The only time we didn't see 7 was on Erangel, and that's where it was more spread out. Spynam going to be the only one with 7, with Vamsia having second place at 5.
Well, 7 assists just means 7 kills that you barely missed. So unfortunate for Spynam that he was unable to secure those. But you know what? When you're supporting the team, you're supporting the game. So that's very well done by him. Hey, look at that.
Vicky again, 3 times in a row with the track star. Well done. Definitely going to be able to take at least that stripe for the night.
He was on the leaderboard 3 times out of 4 at the top spot. So I don't know what his technique is, but he's got it down.
Definitely got good cardio, good exercise on Vicky there. Maybe that's where the name comes from, but we got to check out the last one. Medics. Andy, not seeing our normal faces here, but Andy definitely having a lot of healing, but not. This is definitely the lowest healing we've seen from a medic on the top leaderboard.
Yeah, it seems like most teams are playing pretty aggressively here, so not a lot of time to heal up and really get that medic achievement and try to go for the 1K or more. It's just what happens sometimes on these smaller maps. You got to watch out for the aggression and use it as best you can. Now for tonight's leaders overall, unsurprisingly, Angry Boy takes it.
Normally, this is where we say, hey, you got to make sure. We're not exactly sure. We're calculating up the leaderboards.
No, we're pretty sure.
This time is the only time I'm ever going to say I am 100% sure it is Angry Boy. 3 of the 4 times was in first place, constantly at the top. He was playing perfectly.
He absolutely deserved it, and well played to everyone tonight, especially I, who came reasonably close at 106, but Angry Boy, just so many rounds of utter domination.
Well, that's the thing, is we saw I up there a lot too. Same with Sonic Queen. We saw them up on the leaderboard for top dogs a lot, but Angry Boy was always at the number 1 except for one time.
Definitely something to look out for, and if Angry Boy decides to come back, wow, we're going to have some competition here, Magical.
Indeed we are, but it was a great time casting PUBG Mobile Community Night. A lot of fun. Thank you again to OnePlus for all you have done for us here at Super League and for the Community Nights. Sam, I love casting with you. It's always a pleasure, but that's going to be it for us tonight. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful time and stay safe out there.